They're yep. No.
It's to imagine they're difficult. Oh. Okay.
You're not gonna be able to kill this loaf of bread.
Oh no, I will.
So we've had plates.
Are we live?
So we could eat off of these plates.
No, we're eating off our hands.
All right,
The table was clean.
that's fine.
We wiped it down with quick detailer.
Oh.
Oh, I see. We are live according to the stream. I
Yeah.
see.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Yeah.
We're just in here
How about
chatting
that?
and having some good times.
All
Our
right.
screen is off, so we can't see any
Yeah,
of
I
the
can't-
comments or questions or any of the
Funny 'cause
folks that are
I
watching
think all
us.
of these
but-
lives have started with some type of technical error.
Yeah.
And so they just
Every
hear
time.
us talking about how something's going wrong. But they're like, you guys look fine to us. Like, everything's good.
everything-
Yeah,
That's great.
they don't see what we hear and see, so I want to make sure we got that cleared up. I'm looking at my phone right now. I definitely see some. Oh, yeah, the audio cleared up a little bit. I was getting a little clicky.
I moved this around.
Is it the toaster?
We don't know what it
I
could
bet
be.
it's the toaster.
That could.
There's an explanation that will soon.
It is
be-
drawing quite a
yeah.
bit of electricity through this system.
And
through
heat.
this. If you notice, I have now touched it. Oh, nope, it's still
Oh man.
going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not that. Anyway, guys, welcome to the Q&A Thursdays.
Q&A Thursdays, man. And
It's
so,
almost as good as dumpster hangs.
yeah.
Live
Almost.
dumpster.
We'll put it this way:
Like
these are
dumpster
not
hangs.
super formal. These are just like a hangout sesh where you ask us questions, we answer them.
We give you some A's.
That's it.
It's some
Ask us
eggs.
you ask us some Q's, we give you some A's.
Oh, I
That's
thought you said
right.
eggs. Like,
I
care
know-
for an
I
egg in
do
this
know
trying
I do
time.
know how much you love eggs.
I do.
Oh, man.
Speaking of food, though, you guys are probably wondering what's up with the bread on the table, what's up with the toaster oven, what's up with the butter.
Well, let's just say it came from the lovely folks over at Great Harvest. Now, actually, Great Harvest here locally is owned by my sister-in-law. However, it was not my sister-in-law.
It wasn't.
Who gave us
No,
this?
it was not.
This was a fan submission from Sydney Gwynn.
Is it a
I
fan
wash
submission or
auto
more of a
detailing.
Christmas gift?
I think
it's
it
more of
was
Christmas
a
gift.
fan submission Christmas gift because she's such a good friend of ours.
Well,
So-
and then I told her, I'm like, we're gonna eat this bread on Q&A Thursday,
Yep.
and she's like, no, you're not. And I'm like,
Yep.
watch us.
Sydney, we have literally been saving this bread.
Yeah, we've been staring at it. And we're like, this looks so. What is this? It is a cinnamon burst. Enriched white flour.
That's some
Ooh,
fancy bread.
Wow.
It's
Enriched.
fancy bread.
Yeah.
We don't need to look at the calorie count because those don't count.
Hey, our
Oh,
TV
there's
came
our
back
live
on.
feed. Okay, now we can actually see.
Well, we're
Your guys'
so we're
questions.
eating this whole loaf of bread.
All right.
We are. It's going to be amazing. All right,
Very
let's get
nice.
in this. Elevated Shine. Would it be weird to watch the Q&A live while taking a bubble bath, eating some Fisherman Friends, and drinking a Diet Pepsi? No, that sounds like a
Absolutely
beautiful
not.
evening.
Matter of
Dane-
fact,
Dane
why
would
don't we
join
grab our
you.
fisherman's
Dane's
friends
gonna-
here?
Oh, you want me to
Yeah.
bring some of those out?
Dane would
Yeah, anybody
absolutely
need
join
any of
you.
these?
You could jump right into that bathtub. And
I was gonna say at a respectable distance.
Yeah,
Thank you very
Dane
much.
is a bathtub kind of guy.
He loves taking baths. Hopefully, when we go to Florida, he gets lost in the hot tub again. Inside joke. If you guys watch our
Gotta
podcast,
let
you know
me
what I'm
listen
talking
back
about.
to the podcast from last year.
This is going to be
I
a gross
had a lot of
combination
footage
of
to
bread
load.
and
Oh.
Fisherman's Friend.
Cinnamons and anise.
All right, we got Luke Richard here. What do you people mean? You people.
No, it just says, what do people?
Oh, what do people? I thought it said you people. It's the end of the day,
All right.
guys. I can't see anything. What do
a
people
little loopy.
mean by shampooing carpets? Are they using an extractor? Thanks.
Yes.
Yes. Essentially.
You're basically getting the fabric wet, and then you're extracting it. That
Well,
is shampooing.
Correct, and that is shampooing. Could you shampoo without using a wet extractor?
Yes, you could.
Yes.
You could dry
extract.
shampoo.
Yeah, well, dry extract, dry shampoo, and you can do that
Yep.
as well. Basically, just like with shampoo, creating a froth in your hair, creating a froth on the
Surface.
surface of the carpet, and then sucking it up. I know you don't do that to your hair at home, but you could. Experiment. Try it out. See how it
Yeah,
works.
so the old school method was getting like a 5-gallon bucket of water, filling it with soap and water, using a wash mitt, and getting the carpets wet with the wash mitt, and then a brush, and you would scrub it, and then you would take your shop vac and you would extract all that soap and water out of the carpet, thereby cleaning it. That is very messy, very wet, and it's probably not the greatest thing, but it works. And then using a hot water extractor where you're actually spraying and extracting at the same time, that is shampooing. You can use steam, you can use a Tornador gun with water in it, and do the same kind of thing.
Fortador?
Tornador.
Fortador. Tornador.
You can do the four-door steamer.
You could do the four-door steamer, which
With
was
a
designed
Tornador.
They're
for
just fun
for
names to say.
Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
All right, so Dane, we'll read off David Levin's comment here.
David Levin. Hi, guys and gal who is not here today. It's her day off. Any chance of getting a quick background on all of you and how you started to work at TRC? Thanks. Well, let's go in reverse order. We'll explain Morgan first. Obviously, you noticed she was in that Watch Wednesday episode.
Yeah.
And we found, wow, she really likes detailing. Like, really, really likes detailing. And that's super cool. She's local. She's into cars. It just kind of made sense.
And she was going to school for marketing.
And she was going to school for marketing. So she was actually a really good fit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And next thing you knew, she had a job here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. We never go out like looking actively like, oh, we need to hire a person for a XYZ job. You know, sometimes you just know.
Yeah.
So
Well, and then Dane was thrust into his position.
we're getting to me.
He wasn't chosen.
He
He was chosen. You were already handpicked to work this job by your parents.
It's my parents' company. Okay. No, I didn't want to spoil the big.
Oh, that was the big reveal?
That's why I was going reverse, because we're going backwards and then we go back to the origin. Because people
Pull the
always
Jeff
wonder
there.
why
I
Dane is
see.
in
Pull
the
the Jeff.
Oh, man.
podcast.
Okay.
Spill the beans.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sorry. So I guess we'll go in order of seniority. So, Anthony.
What the heck is that supposed to mean? You guys saying that you guys have more seniority?
It
than
means
me?
he worked here
I've been
longer
working
than
here
you.
longer than you have.
Are we not all equals here? I look at you as
We
brothers.
are all equals.
And here
And
we
we are
are.
brothers. But right now, you're the little brother.
So how did I start here? So before I was a employee here, I was a customer. I bought from the rag company for several years. Actually, I've been coming into the store the previous store they had, and then I had placed an online order or two. And basically, you know, right when I got in my cool car, right, my first thing I wanted to do is learn proper wash techniques and learn how to dry and all of that properly and have good towels. You know, when you jumped online and searched for microfiber towels, like, you know, there's a bunch of options out there. But I got pointed to the rag company by my friend Brian, who is a detailer, that said, hey, this place has awesome microfiber towels. Check them out. I did. And yes, I agree. First time I came to the store, I was like, holy crap, you know, there's a ton of different microfibers. I was kind of overwhelmed, you know, going back in time.
We have that effect on people.
I remember seeing, like, I don't even know where to start, which is funny to me now since I, you know, have so much knowledge about it. But I was a customer. I worked at a big e-commerce company where I did marketing and promotions for them. And basically, you know, over the years, I guess I'd maintained a good, I don't want to say relationship, but I'd come in as being a customer and whatnot, and you know, referred to
We
a lot of
had his
people.
motorcycle in a couple detox episodes.
Yeah, so I brought my motorcycle and dropped that over when they were shooting video, and it wasn't too long after that my job decided to have a massive layoff, and I was like, cool, you know, like
Because that's everybody's response when they get laid
well,
off.
you know,
It's always really good, especially right before the holidays.
Yeah, it was like on December 2nd or December 1st.
That
I remember
seems to happen a lot.
going to work, and they're like, hey, just letting everybody know we're laying off 15% of the company in the next 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh, cool. You know, who knows?
Cool.
And they said, we're going to let you know via email. We're going to
So
send
everybody
you an
head
email.
back to your desk.
Yeah,
and
We don't want to tell you
Head
to
back
our
to your desk and try
faces.
not to freak out, right?
Oh.
All right. Needless to say, it was like the apocalypse there. And so anyways, with that said, long story short, I did get laid off. My first day of unemployment just so happened to be the rag company grand opening
at this
at
location.
this
Hey!
location. And I'm sitting there at my house. It's snowing outside. And I'm like, I got nothing better to do today. I don't know what to do. What's going on? What does an unemployed guy do, right?
I'm gonna go hang out at
And-
a towel company
And
grand
so-
opening.
But what
Yeah.
kind of weirdo would think that, right?
Right?
Like, who
Yeah.
does that? Me. I'm that guy.
I showed
So-
up because I was already an employee, but I hadn't started yet.
Yeah,
Because I was
so-
still part-time.
So I just showed up and we just hung out and, you know, I was talking to them. I told them the bad news. And like, oh, that sucks. You know, maybe down the road, if we ever have something, we'll let you know. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, whatever. And I kind of moved on with my life. I beat all of Grand Theft Auto 5 in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Literally everything. And that was great at home. And I started to kind of lose it a little bit. And then after about another week, I saw that Dane had posted up a part-time video editor position where I looked at that and I said, you know what? I like editing videos. I know how to edit videos. I think I want to get in on that, right? So I
That was
said,
one
hey,
of those rare circumstances where I guess kind of were looking for someone for a position, but it was just
Yeah.
we usually
Well,
didn't really
Dane
know
and I
what.
had gotten together and figured out our schedule for the year, and you were like, "Oh, I can't do all this on my own.
Yeah.
There's no
So,
way."
Long story short,
So long story short, I applied. I came in, got the job. I started part-time on Monday. I was full-time on Friday. And that was kind of the end of it.
That's it.
And since then, I've done a little bit of everything from video editing to helping with Levi with business development. And now, I do not most, but you do a lot of our marketing in conjunction with everybody else. So
Instagram, that's your baby.
Instagram's my baby, but also just a little bit of everything, marketing efforts, or planning trips or planning events and things like that. And that's kind of where we are now. And that was me.
Yeah.
Levi.
I came in as a customer as well, and for me
we
it
starting this
was
thing?
fire that baby up.
Thanks, Sydney.
So I came in as a customer, and my shop was I needed new towels, literally, and I had been looking for towels, and I was looking for good microfiber, and I started looking online, and I found 3 major suppliers for good microfiber, and one was in San Diego, one was in Boise, Idaho, and I was like, wait, what? And the other one was in another country, and I was like, hold on a second. This one's in Boise. So I emailed Jeff that morning, said, can I come by, stick my hands in some towels? He said, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. We showed up and he goes, we literally have no detail shops that come here. We don't do more than 1% of less than 1/100% of our business is local. We're all over the world. He goes, but I don't have a detailer to bounce questions off of or ask questions
so
to.
many questions.
Yeah, and so he had questions, I had questions, and the two of us just kind of had a great rapport. Me and my guys spent 3 hours here that first day just learning everything we possibly could about microfiber. And we bought some towels, and I think I walked out of here with about $300 worth of stuff for my shop. And that led to a weekly obsession of coming in and spending about $300 on towels every week. And I was buying up old stock of stuff and B grades and just everything that you guys had. I was buying, just playing with stuff. And the best though was that first day we came back and my little brother was working, and he goes, "Oh, I was wondering where you guys went. I didn't know." And I said, "Oh man, we went to the rag company. This is microfiber manufacturer here in Boise. This is awesome. We learned so much. We spent 3 hours there. So cool. I can't believe it." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, my buddy Dane, his parents own that place." And I was like, "How long have you known that?" And he goes, "A couple years." And I was like, "And you knew they made microfiber?" And he's like, Yeah. I was going to tell you about it." And I was like,
Really? When?
"You've worked for me for 1 year.
Yeah.
It means you've come into work 365 days, and you have not
Seth,
told me."
what are you holding right now? Well, a towel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times do you wipe
Yeah.
a car down with a microfiber towel? And this whole time you knew somebody. And he's like, "Oh." So then the next day when we went to lunch, Matt said, "Seth, do you have any other friends that own detailing related companies?" And he's like, "No, just them." Like, "Okay, thank you." So that was kind of how I learned about the rag company. And like I said, Jeff and I just started bouncing questions off each other back and forth. Dane would call or email me with something, and he'd go, "Hey, I got a question." And I just started answering. And then one day Jeff literally said on a trip, he asked me to go on a trip with him to go visit another company. And when we were on the airplane, he's like, how do I hire you? And so about 6 months later, I left my shop and came to work here. So
How about
that's
that?
it.
And in the interest of time, well, I'm Dane. I'm the son of the owners, but
hot.
I have a background in actual like video editing,
toast.
broadcasting, that sort of thing. So that's why we do as much video stuff and everything as we do, because I pushed really heavy for that right in the beginning, because that's ultimately what my passion is.
But also, if you think about it, you got done with film. You were doing film school, and you came home, and your parents were like, "Hey, we've got this towel company. We want you to come work at." And you're like, "But I'm gonna do this. I want to do this, and I want to do that." And they're like, "Yeah, but you need to come do our towels. We got to sell some towels, boy."
well,
Right?
Jesus.
But I mean, if you think about it, like that was something like you used a passion of yours to your benefit in your job.
Yeah.
And
No,
it just
that's
so
the thing
happened
is
that
that's like why we're kind of quirky and weird company, is because that's the way we want to run a company. We don't want to be like a big faceless corporation with this kind of stuff. We want to be, accessible and fun and, just a little offbeat. So, yeah, basically, it's just a case. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like the bread. Anyway, we have so many questions coming in. I realize we could wax poetic about this forever.
Eat your bread. You want your bread?
I'm more interested in answering the questions right now.
Okay.
So, we'll make sure we take care of people. But, yes, I am the son of the owners, but I'm also the one who, created the podcast and stuff.
He designed the logo.
I did design the logo, so if you like that, thank you. But, so basically, for the people who wonder, this goes back, it's an old inside joke. That guy in the middle, does he really need to be there?
Yes, he's the prince of the rag company, as we call him.
So, at any rate, let's start answering some questions, because it is a Q&A. All right, so.
Mark Abar, what's up with the whiskers on the face, Anthony?
Good question. So, I actually need a shave, and I also desperately need a haircut. My mom cuts my hair. You might know that based off of the comments that I get on some of our videos where people make fun of my hair.
About your hair.
And I'm like, my mom cuts my hair, and her name is Christine. She's a saint.
He's not just joking. He's serious.
I went to a barbershop.
She stopped by the other day.
I went to a barbershop, what was it, a month ago?
Yeah.
And had a horrible experience. This guy...
The first time Anthony's ever had anybody else cut his hair.
Yeah,
other
this
than
guy
his mom.
must have been like 85, and he was sitting there like this, cutting my hair and buzzing it, and he was very accurate, needless to say, but it was scary because I'm sitting there trying to hold my ears as he's sitting there.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I wasn't happy about that, but anyways.
A little concerning.
So I do need to get a haircut, so Mom, if you're listening to this, I need a haircut. So
sorry if the mics are crackly.
Jenny Details, have you
working
guys
on it.
tried PNS's Rennied Oil Compound and Polish before? Thoughts on the two? Yes, we have. They're a great product, but it's just not something we wanted to stock. I was trying to fill holes in our line, and we're pretty well rounded with the Hyper System and Last Cut. So you're more than welcome to try them. I just didn't want to give too many options to customers. So
we already do that with our towels and then some.
Yep.
So
I have a light-colored headliner on my two-door coupe. It's so dirty from people jumping in the back seat and grabbing the top to enter exit. How would you recommend cleaning it? Great question, Javier. Easy. Take some O&R, right? Bucket O&R, dunk a towel in it, wring the towel out, and wipe the headliner. Simple. Easy. Done. Should handle most of it. Hey, guys. So legit. You're welcome, Brett.
nice.
Marvin, what's up? What's up, dude? David, so I'm sitting here folding clothes. Awesome, David.
Congratulations.
Did you get out of the tub?
Yeah. Come eat some toast with us.
Hey guys, so McGuire's 105 and 205 is it the best go-to product, or what are your personal favorites cut and polish products that works for you? And the worst beat up case cars. Oh, worst case scenario, I really like the Hyper System Optimums. What about you, Anthony?
I've used a lot of 105 and 205 over the years. I mean, literally, I've used it countless times. With that said, though, I mean, if I'm going in on a worst case scenario car, I'm probably going to go with the Last Cut and a Lake Country purple wool pad. I mean, if I go in there with that, that's going to pretty much do a majority of the cutting that I need to do, and then I can follow up with something like Hyper Polish on a orange pad, or I can just change my pad out with a Last Cut and go to an orange pad and then fix any micro marring that could have happened from the wool pad.
Nice.
very simple.
Hey guys, how about those Mark IIIs? Yeah, dude, they're dope. We fired one up the other day. We still haven't polished anything with them. We need to. We're kind of slacking. Don't worry, we will. We're gonna get on that. Adam,
Larry's
yes,
video today about it.
My mic is crackly, but actually it's everybody's stuff is crackly.
The mics go through a compressor. It only seems to happen on live streams, though. It
They
doesn't
were
happen
fine.
during the podcast.
Yeah, they were fine, and then Tim said, "We're live," and then all of a sudden it goes. We're like, "Wow."
Yeah, they were perfect.
Yeah.
They were perfect. We press record, no more.
It's literally connected to the live aspect somehow. So
We don't know.
More-
Sydney, thanks for the toast.
yes, thank you.
Like literally,
Whoa.
Sydney, you're
Wait
you
a second.
Kidding.
Is it? The click is gone.
Click is gone.
What do you do?
We're still live, right? Oh wait, no, it's there. It's just less so. Okay,
Nice.
whatever.
Okay.
We're cool. All right, moving on. Let's see. So, okay,
Some
you want
good
to get this one?
ASMR there, you.
Thank you.
All right.
2 cars that I'll be rinses washing. I plan on using a 5-gallon bucket. Both cars are very dirty. Should I change out the water or keep using the same water? Use the same water, bro. If you're going to be O&R in it, it'll be just fine. Jay Starcher, yeah, the audio is rough. Sorry, dude. Like we said, can't help you there. Trying. Tim's doing all he can on the other end of the wall. Do you guys still keep in touch with the junk man? Yes, he
We do.
calls in randomly.
You never know when it's going to happen, but it's always a fun call.
Sometimes it's once a week. Sometimes it's, every 8 weeks. It's just he calls to say what's up. So, Tidy Car, it's a nice logo. Yes, that's all Dane. Billy Tran, Hyperseal or Bead Maker over Optical Pro? Well, Billy, I've been breaking the internet with Bead Maker and Hyperseal combined. No, I'm just kidding. OptiSeal,
Yeah.
base coat of OptiSeal, and then topped with Bead Maker after OptiSeal has sat and cured overnight.
Yeah, you got to give it time.
Pretty dope, dude. But you got to give the OptiSeal time to set up. So, how do you clean seatbelts, Black Mariner? That is a very difficult question. Basically, the weave is super thick, so sometimes Terminator, sometimes a carpet fabric clean and protect works great. It also depends on the stain. You spray it, you scrub it, towel it. I hope it comes out, but it's the weave on a seatbelt. Most people don't realize this is extremely, extremely tight, so it's hard to get anything out of the fabric. So and they do that for safety reasons. So it's tensile strength. Tim, Hyperseal by a mile. Hyperseal's dope. I'm not going to say it's not. Beadmaker's just badass. So
That's true.
bad to use a spray was like McGuire's Quick Wax for drying aid on Optical Pro Plus.
Not at all. You
Nope.
can absolutely use it. Yeah. May not stick for very long, but it'll provide lubrication as you're drying.
Yep. Or it's actually bead worse than just plain OptiCoat. Any ceramic coatings being brought out. Just what we carry. We're not bringing anything out.
Anything
Any
new?
other
No,
new companies
not
are
that we
bringing
know
out.
of, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Ralda. Patty, what's going on? Keep up the good work.
Sorry, we're a little less talkative.
Brett,
It's
that's
in
cool.
between
Thank you.
toast.
It's a customer wants a
My
quick
mouth
hide
is
approach.
so
What would you
dry.
recommend? Don't want to pay for a full cut but needs polishing up. Well, intensive polish is a good one step. Last cut with an orange pad is a good one step. Adam, thank you. Did you guys get Matt's IK foamer situation worked out? Yes.
We
Yeah.
did.
We
Great
did that
question.
Monday morning. So Matt did call me at 6:30 in the morning on a Sunday morning. For those of you that would like a phone call from Matt Mormon at 6:30 in the morning, feel free to put your number below, and I will send those to him so you guys can experience why I did not answer the phone at 6:30 in the morning on a Sunday.
Yeah.
But I texted him that night when I saw the video because he didn't leave me a message. He didn't text me. I sent him a text saying, "What's up?" So no answer from him all day. And then I watched the video and I'm like, oh, that's why he was calling.
Yeah.
So I messaged him and said, you called me, but you don't get back to me. And then you put me in the video. Let's get this figured out. So we talked to him Monday morning, Anthony and I, and basically he just was using the wrong dilution ratio on
Yeah.
the foamer.
It was that
We-
simple.
He made it too thick. And if you make them too thick, it does not work.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, basically, he used 3 times probably what I so basically what I to show him. We filmed a video and sent it to him specifically, showing him what I like to do for filling it up. And while he was using this much brake buster inside the IK1 foam 1.5, he should have been using that much.
Yeah,
And so
literally.
it was just far too thick, and he wasn't getting a good consistent stream out. So he was only getting a couple seconds worth of spray. Once I showed him the proper dilution of it, I was getting 20 seconds worth of spray,
Yeah.
and it was a huge difference.
It was
Much,
an
much
honest
better.
mistake. I mean,
Much
a lot
better.
of people make that if they're not, mixing it up right. It can happen.
Are you
so.
guys going to want more toast? Should I get another
No,
batch
I am
going?
done
I'll
with toast.
take
I don't
another
want to
round.
disappoint these guys
Alright,
by
I'll-
not being able to talk.
I'll take another ride.
Okay.
So, yeah. So on a 16-year-old car, the paint hasn't been maintained. Would you have to worry about burning through the clear coat during a paint correction? Car junkie. That depends on the car, the paint quality, and what machine you're using. If you're going to be using just a DA, you're not going to burn through. You don't need to worry about that. If you're using a rotary, then yes. Forgot what you guys said last time. Should I lay bead maker or Optimum car wax first? Dude, strongest product always first. Now, Optimum car wax has a greater longevity, but it is a carnauba-based car wax, and bead maker is a polymer sealant. Bead maker will bond with the clear coat. So I would always put bead maker first, then car wax on top. But again, you lose the properties of, you take on the properties of car wax and lose the properties of bead maker. So kind of a moot point. So
Yeah.
When are you guys going on tour? Dude, we're going to be in sunny Orlando in January. And then you will get to see the gang there at Mobile Tech Expo. And then Anthony and I are going to be at the OG event at Rupes in end of January.
Yep.
And then we are also planning on heading out to Atlanta for the G-Technic Serum Summit in February. So we'll be out there too. So
There's a lot.
we're starting.
There's a lot going on. You'll be able to catch us in multiple places coming
But
to
at
a
least
town near you.
we're home for Christmas.
And
so.
you know us. I mean, when we go those places, we tend to wander off and make videos doing other things too. So, makes
Levi,
it pretty fun.
what do you think about the Tornador cleaner? Should I buy it?
Yes, if you have an air compressor to handle it, and
good point.
only put water in it unless you bought yourself a respirator, because
Excellent
you are
point.
weaponizing whatever product you put in there. And if you want to breathe and you love your lungs and you don't want to get tuberculosis, basically, make sure you only put water. If you're going to drink it, then you can put it in there.
Well,
So,
depending on what you put in there,
I
it
like
could be
putting
a good
I
time.
like putting Diet Pepsi
right?
in there.
No? All right, never
Yeah.
mind.
Like I said, if you're not going to drink it, don't put it in there.
Not saying you get cancer, just saying you
Well,
might
no,
get
you got to think
cancer.
about no, you
This
got to
one
think
No,
about
I'm
it.
talking about Pepsi.
Oh,
No, but what you're
No, the other
doing
stuff,
is you're basically atomizing
Oh yeah.
the liquid, and if you're not wearing a mask, you have now atomized a harsh chemical cleaner,
It's in your lungs.
and as you're breathing it, you've made a fine mist out of it, and it is everywhere in the air.
Yeah.
And I've had guys go, man, it works great. I put some all-purpose cleaner, it works awesome. And then the next day they're like, my lungs really hurt, and
Yeah.
they're full of mucus, and I've got a horrible cough and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right, because you're only supposed to put water in those machines.
so you're telling me not to clean a drug
Don't-
dealer's car with a
No.
Tornador? It's not going to be a good time.
No.
It's going to be a bad time.
Yeah,
Got it.
only hot water works
All
great.
right.
So,
So,
Adam, post your number.
post it
Elevated
up, dude.
Shine. I made a mistake telling my wife about the makeup remover towels. I've now created a monster. She was on the site last night, and she's asking when I'm placing my next order.
Ooh, well, hey,
Nice.
this week we have a lot of good deals going on. The 12 deals of Christmas
I think on
started yesterday.
Sunday or Monday is the
Is
makeup.
the makeup?
Yeah, we got a discount going.
Is it
Let me pull it up and see.
20% or something like
It's
that.
on my phone.
Got your list.
Keep going
We're
down.
gonna go. I'm gonna go through the list here real quick.
We
All
got
right,
Ralda's Details. I think that's his number.
nice.
864.
What do you hate
a lot of
most in
zeros.
detailing? For me, it's interior glass cleaning. Yes, John, it is. That's why I developed the Smitten Glass Mitten for those
Hey.
hard to reach areas. All right, get ready. Here we go. Today, actually, no, this is what's left. 9
Forgot about
days.
the toast.
So
Sorry.
dude, you burned those.
Just a little burn.
This is what
Okay.
It's a
you were
small-
warned
So
about.
December 15th, guys. Okay, December 15th. Save 30% on Edgeless 365 minor bundles. So tomorrow, we have the Edgeless 365s are available, 30% off. Saturday, the 16th, Anthony's birthday. Optimum Chemicals and other products are 20% off. Sunday, the Cyclone Mitt bundles are 30% off. Monday, get Twisted. Save 30% off Twist and Shout and Double Twistress bundles and receive a free Fender Defender. On Tuesday, the 19th, here you go, buddy. Save 30% on facial towel bundles, ultra fluffies, and waffles. So that your wife can save 30% on getting some towels. So maybe wait till then. So yeah,
Very nice.
you can find all this by signing up
No.
on the Rag Company for the newsletter. You can also go to the website every day. We've got the 12 deals of Christmas. You can click on it and see what the deal is for the day and what's
Yeah.
upcoming. So,
John
all right,
Smith, sorry.
back to this.
You asked what do you hate most about detailing. I also agree, interior glass cleaning. Specifically the front inside windshield.
Yeah, that can be
like-
bad, but I kind of find that relaxing.
I don't at all. I hate that.
Contorting your back.
I
to
think
like,
it's the worst. Yeah. I don't like doing that at all.
You
All
guys
right,
just
so
don't know how to optimize your body.
That's right.
I don't know about that. So what dilution ratio for bead maker in the IK foamer?
Oh, straight, baby, straight.
Yep. No need to dilute it. You just pump it up and let it rip. I mean, really.
Just know that you do have to wipe it off a lot faster because you've now super concentrated it.
Well, and that's the other thing.
Bam.
It was bead maker meant to foam, not
No.
really meant to foam. So it's
No.
not like it's not like a typical detergent product that can foam. It doesn't really have anything to make
No,
that
it just
happen.
kind of
but
fluffs
it
onto the
fluffs
surface,
onto
yeah.
the surface. But it does change the way it feels
It changes the behavior.
It makes it smell better. It increases the scent.
It's like tenfold.
It's far slicker, quicker.
Yeah.
Literally
Say that 10
slicker.
times
It's
fast.
slicker, quicker, and then it when you wipe it on, I mean it's crazy.
All right, so John, OptiSeal on interior glass will ruin your life. You don't want to clean any windows. You won't want to clean windows any other way. Yeah, you're right. No, OptiSeal on interior glass is awesome.
It's not a glass cleaner, but it works like a glass cleaner.
I read that as
it's
it's
good.
going to ruin your life
And I
in
was
like a
like,
bad
wait a
way. I'm like,
second.
actually, how long does Beadmaker last? Beadmaker can last anywhere from 2 to 3 months as a standalone sealant with proper prep. If you're doing it as just a drying aid, typically around a month. But if you're using it consistently as a drying aid, then the protection is it's a moot point. It'll last as long as you keep using it.
The attraction to Beadmaker has less to do with the longevity and more to do with the way it behaves and what it does. And I think a lot of people miss that because they get hung up. It's like cars and horsepower numbers. There's more to the story than just the numbers on a sheet. So yeah, I mean, fun to drive doesn't necessarily come through on a spec sheet.
Yep.
It's like a Miata.
Yeah. Another OG event, details on that, eh? Yeah, you can go to obsessgarage.com and look up the January OG Rupes event, and you can sign up there. Basically, you pay some money and you come hang out with us at Rupes. So you get to learn from Jason Rose and Dylan Von Kleist and me and Anthony, and I think Bob Phillips from PNS is going to be there as well, and Matt and the gang, and we're all just going to have some fun.
Very nice.
We did it last year, and it was awesome. So, yep. Ralda, awesome. We'll see you in Atlanta. Steve Banton, I drove from Indianapolis Day to Ohio for Esoteric Detail to do window tinting and PPF on the roof. Should I ask them to do a single stage correction also, or should I do it myself? Well, obviously, you're not going to be able to do anything on the roof after you've put the PPF on. But
yeah, I was going to say the order of things is a little...
All the guys at Esoteric are awesome. We are really close with Dan and Zach and Bradley. So they're all good guys, and they'll take good care of you. So if you want to have them do a correction, there's no better shop to go to. So Optical Pro topped with OptiSeal. Billy Tran, let it cure overnight, then Beadmaker. Sorry, internet connection was spotty. Correct.
You got it.
You're right, brother. Rick Reese, what is the best way to remove fairly new coat of Beadmaker, etc., off a panel before correcting? Literally just correct the panel. You're going to remove it.
Yeah, you can also do like a paint prep to try to remove some of it. But
it's going to require physical removal.
You got to polish it. All right. You guys going to be at the Detroit Auto Show? No, David, we will not.
But I hear the Supra will be.
That's pretty dope. What microfiber products do you recommend to clean and detail a toaster? Edgeless 365, dude.
Bam.
Right here, baby.
It's got that piano black finish, you gotta.
We should polish this out and correct it, and then.
I mean, isn't it detailer's worst nightmare a gloss piano black interior of a car because it just always messes up?
We got some paint coating surface prep over there. We got some pearl. We could wash this sucker down.
We definitely got some stuff.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Anthony! Oh, that's nice, dude.
Thanks,
coming
man.
up this weekend. So Anthony's going to be 47. We're really excited for him.
Really aged pretty well.
Oh, man.
Pretty happy about that. So awesome deals. Thanks, John. Jamie Pollitt, your offers are epic. It's a shame we don't get any sort of similar offers in the UK. Sad face.
Well, Jamie, you can check out cleanandshiny.co.uk, and John and the gang over there are always running great specials on products. So, yeah.
You got options. Yeah, if you take a look at our website, we actually list our distributors off. So you can see, like, if they're closer to you, there's some options. So want to make sure people know about that. Does O&R foam in an IK sprayer? No, O&R actually does not foam at all. People have tried many times.
Yeah,
and
you can't do anything.
it's funny to me because it totally defeats the purpose of the product. But that doesn't stop people from trying. So if you want to try it, you're mostly just going to get kind of a sputtery. Yeah. It like actively fights turning into foam. So it's interesting. All right, next up.
All right, Holler, Levi, Dane, and Anthony from Corpus Christi, Texas. What's going on,
Hey,
Eric?
what's up, Eric?
Thanks for watching, dude.
Javier has a brand new syringe of Optico 2.0 that he bought years ago. I'm thinking maybe almost 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2.0.
It's 2.0. Does it have a shelf life? Would you recommend using it? Maybe for your air conditioning unit
Use
outside of your house.
Use it on the wife's car.
or on your bike.
See what happens.
Maybe put it on your wheels. Try it.
Yeah. Is there a UK-based distributor for your products? Absolutely.
Yes.
So we have the Rag Company Europe. We have Clean and Shiny UK.
Yep.
Ragmaster UK. What else we got?
That's it.
Okay.
Those are the ones.
That's it.
Like I said,
Yeah.
you can go on our website, look up distributors, and you'll see a list there, including in the U.S. We actually have distributors in the U.S. because people want to get
Yeah.
somewhere local. So,
Yep. Going to make
right.
toast as well.
Yeah.
Nice, John.
Nice.
Join us on this toast journey. Make sure you get some type of. So the cinnamon, so it's like a cinnamon toast, right? But when you put butter on it, it tastes exactly like a cinnamon roll, like a buttery cinnamon roll.
it's very good.
Dude, it's
Very good.
I
Sydney
feel
killed
it. Thank you, Sydney, and
I'm
thank
not
you
gonna
to
lie,
your
this is fun
family
and
members
quirky.
for cooking this for us.
This is fun and quirky, but I feel a
brother-in-law
little
getting
bad
up
for the
early and
audience
making
that
it.
we're eating in front of them.
Let us know, is the toast bothering you? Would you prefer we didn't eat on these type of shows? Let us know in the comments.
Well, I
we want to
think
know.
as detailers, they might complain about the amount of crumbs you're leaving on your
Let
side
us
of the.
know.
All
We're
right.
only human. It
How
is
does
what it
PNS
is.
Pearl car wash soap foam up in the IK9 and at what ratio? Mm-hmm. Anthony.
Bam.
How does PNS Pearl car wash up? Sorry, in the IQ9. So with that, pretty similar ratio to the Optimum car wash. You can use 4 ounces if you want to do that. However, with Pearl being a thinner product in general, it's not as thick. The type of foam it produces is going to be that longer dwelling, more sheeting foam, regardless of the tip that you have on your IK9. So 4 ounces would probably be right where you want to be for just doing a nice standard foam. If you want to beef that up a bit, you can go up to 6, even 8 ounces, because again, it's liquidy. It's more liquid than let's just say the gel of like Optimum car wash soap would be, for example. So try it out. You'll get great results. It mixes well. It's perfect. So going down, what else we got here? How does a blind guy know when to stop wipe? That's a good question. I read that out loud. I should have pre-read that.
You assume detailing, but can you be sure?
Feel. You base it off of
The
feel.
toast could have been donated to kids in Africa. Yeah, it could have, but this was a gift for us.
It
You don't
was.
donate a
Great.
gift.
And I don't know if that would have held up well. It's like
Probably wouldn't have made it. It's-
Moisture pockets
Probably
in
wouldn't
there.
have made it. So
We don't want to be those people who
see you,
re-gift.
Patty. Have a good day, man. Keep working.
All right, you're making me hungry. See, the toast is working. They want to eat with us.
Yeah, it's making people leave.
Yeah.
All right.
Adam, have fun.
Oh, they actually are leaving.
Adam, you got to hook up with Patty. Patty,
Yes.
you got to hook up with Adam. Okay, you
guys are
both
like in the
Utah.
same area.
Even though Adam is not in Utah County, Patty. So I think you're North Davis County or Weber County, Adam. But yeah, so Patty's a good dude. So is Adam. Become friends.
Here we go. So class hack. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
G. Davis, did Pan the organizer have you do a video in French?
No,
Us
we
do it?
talked
No.
about it would be funny if we all tried to do one, but that didn't happen because, well, I mean, honestly, can you see us speaking French for a whole video?
No.
Yikes.
Do you guys fear working on multi-million-dollar videos or vehicles? No. Paint is paint, brother.
It's one of those things. I mean, yeah, you run into different, surfaces occasionally, like maybe carbon fiber Kevlar stuff underneath.
Yeah, I
but-
think the thing is if you start stressing yourself out too much, like, do you know what I mean, to where your back tenses up and you're sitting
it
there
perpetuates.
like
You do a worse job.
You will do a worse job, and something will happen. You need to just relax and tackle it like you normally would, because you have to think about it when you're working on a minivan. How often has something gone wrong? Nothing. Not usually, right?
So it shouldn't go wrong here either.
It shouldn't go wrong here either. Just tackle it same way. I mean, be careful. I mean, don't go dropping a polisher on it, but at the same time, don't worry
Yeah.
too much.
And also have to stress, make sure you got insurance. That's
Yeah.
important.
Correct.
Because I know there are definitely those out there who are running around like, insurance, I don't need
Yeah,
that.
the biggest thing is just having insurance for your business and your shop, so that you don't have to worry.
Correct.
Like I said, I gave a story about I had a couple cars in my shop and I had loose roof tiles that were falling, and the roof tile actually fell right in between the two cars that was sitting in there. And I reached out to my landlord and he was able to take care of it. Thankfully, it was already starting to deteriorate, so he just paid to have the whole roof redone underneath, and we re-insulated in the evening when we were all gone, and it came out great. But I was thankful that I did have insurance, so that if something like that did happen, the cars weren't a problem. So yeah. Patty, you do owe me a cup of tea. Adam, have fun in Arizona. And yeah, hook up with Patty.
So Eric Sanchez, can you polish a whole car 350Z with a Rupes Mini?
You can try.
So the 75, you can.
It'll do it.
It's gonna take you a lot
It's just
longer.
It's going to take
Yeah.
you a while.
It's not as
Yeah.
fun, I'll tell you that.
You can. I would go through. I'd make
Although
sure
I tried it on a Dodge pickup,
Did you?
crew cab
Well,
pickup.
but that's the thing though.
Because I didn't have a polisher. All my guys were polishing, so I thought, I'll just bust this little guy out and see what it can do.
So there was a couple times that I knocked out whole cars with the Porter cable, the 7424, but with a 4-inch backing
Yeah.
plate, not a 3-inch backing plate. So the 4-inch, which is feels about roughly the same size as an HDO pad on a Mini. It's possible. It's just going to take you a while, and you want to have a ton of pads because you're going to go through a lot of pads, especially at that small of a
Yeah.
orbit.
Yeah, you create a lot of heat. Those-
All right, so Ben, if you don't use all the soap in an IK9 for pre-soak, can it sit until the next wash and still be effective, or does it come down the soap? Or does it come down the soap?
Oh, yeah. He's basically saying, like, is it up to the soap to last that long? Or
Yeah. So good question. So yeah, you can store it in there. The biggest thing though is that I don't think
your length of time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think any soap, any detergent. It's basically, think about it like this. When you're washing dishes and you do a pre-soak, right? And you have your dirty dish and sit in your sink and you put soap in there and you fill it up, you got all this bubbles, right? All this froth that builds up. But by the end of the day, all that froth is gone and all you have left is maybe a couple bubbles in there. Same general idea. I mean, except this time it's not exposed to the outside because it's in an IK foamer. But still same concept. You may not get the as nice of a froth, as nice of a foam, but it's still going to be effective. It's still going to be a soap.
One thing I would stress to people, though, is not to leave the actual sprayer pressurized.
Don't do that.
After you do that. That wears out the seals. That's just not good for them. So whenever you're done, make sure you use that release valve and you empty it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Jason F.
Any suggestions on a one-step polish? Like what to use, what pad to use, what
think
combination?
I think it's just looking for like a
I
quick
said, man, an
recommendation.
easy setup, an orange waffle or a orange HDO or orange flat foam, depending on the tool that you're running, and some last cut works great.
Yeah.
So, Elevated, stoked to be going to MTE for the first time in January. Are there any must-attend classes? Yes, hours in the morning, first class.
Boom.
I still got to do it, though. I still got to actually like write it up. I don't know what I'm
Oh.
going to talk about. So
It's procrastinating.
It's not the
It's
it's
doing
not
it.
the exact
I gotta
same
get
as
it.
last year though. You're like
no,
you're like peppered
microfiber
it.
explain.
Yeah.
That's what we're
So
calling it.
David Levin, I have a Chrysler minivan with
Polishing
along
things, saving
the
people.
bottom. With along the bottom, how do I handle that when correcting the paint?
If only we
Thanks.
knew what that
Yeah,
was.
David, you're gonna have to give us another what
With
along the
something along
bottom.
the
just
bottom.
we're missing a word.
he probably
so.
has.
A panel.
Well,
One of those
he probably has
wood paneling.
probably wood paneling.
Oh.
Is your van made of wood?
Trim. Yeah. Is it a chariot? Is
I
it
have-
what is
I
it?
have spikes along the bottom. How do I get around
It's
them?
an arc, is what it actually is.
I've mounted razor blades along the lower portion of my minivan.
This is Mad Max.
And if I polish, I might cut up the pad. How do I do that?
That would be a thing.
So, David, if you could tell us, that would be great.
Yes.
So
we
Auto
will
Gleam
await your
Detailing,
answer.
best towel, interior edgeless 300 or edgeless 365 for the interiors.
Ooh.
Greetings from the Netherlands.
What's up,
Ooh,
dude?
That's a close call right there. That's a hard one.
I'm gonna say 300 for the price.
Yeah, 300 because 300 would save you what almost $1, right?
Well, they're in the Netherlands.
Almost $1.
Here, it'll save you almost $1.
Okay.
So,
And the Netherlands, yeah, it's kind of hard to say, but the difference between the two, yeah, is just the 65 GSM. But they both feel great.
they're both 70/30s.
Both the 70/30 blend, both safe on pretty much everything. They're still great towels.
Starcher, Jay Starcher, what should I use to clean opti-coated wheels for a rinseless wash? Is O&R enough, or do I need power clean and Ferrex as well? O&R is enough, bro. If they're coated, O&R is enough.
That
Yeah.
stuff should come.
If you need to
right
go a little
off.
higher, power clean will take care of it.
I mean,
Yeah.
so
But O&R should do most of it.
mine that you saw me do Opticoat Pro Plus on or Opticoat Pro on, I'll always just use O&R and like a nicer towel.
Yeah.
Anytime I have something stubborn, I do a 10-to-1 with power clean and it cleans up beautifully. But
Yeah.
I mean, really,
The wheels on the Elantra have OptiCoat Pro on them, and I literally just use O&R.
yeah, that's
comes
what that's
clean,
that's
so.
the nice part of when you coat a wheel is that you don't have to use those corrosive or caustic chemicals anymore. At least if you keep up with the cleaning, they hold up great.
Yeah.
All right, so where have you hide Morgan? She should be on the
She's at
shows.
school.
Yep.
She's in class right now.
She's in college right now, so she's out doing that, getting her education, and she'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably do a live video tomorrow, release some more information on some stuff. So, Hans,
Hey, Hansi.
one of our favorite fans and customers. Hans, you're great.
Thanks for the fast shipping all the way to the Netherlands. Tomorrow I can pick it up, unfortunately, after I pay $153 in U.S. import taxes. Yeah, dude.
Oof.
That's what happens. So,
Sorry, bud.
when are you guys getting the
maybe
Minx
it's
Royale
worth it?
towels back in stock? Mark Kraus. Mark, the Minx is a, well, just in the name. She's a Minx. So, we don't know.
Is that what
hopefully
that's
soon.
not what that means. That's
She's
Jeez.
Minxy. She plays tricks on us all the
she
time.
plays tricks.
Prepare to get some angry emails,
Yeah.
Levi.
So anyway, we're working on them. They are on the slow boat to China from China, so we're working on them. So be patient.
What do you guys recommend for bird droppings?
Jose.
And do you guys have a favorite foam soap?
Yeah. Well, so bird droppings, we got a video on there. Jose, you can go on the Rag Company YouTube channel, check out the video we did with OptiClean to get off some massive pterodactyl-sized bird droppings on my
Watch that
car.
video unless you have a weak stomach, in which case maybe
That
don't.
was gross, and I don't know how I got hit by that. But it felt like a rock had landed from the.
You said you heard it, and it made an audible,
hit.
like, good
yeah,
chunk.
Yeah, it hit my roof. I thought a rock had bounced and hit the roof of my
It
car.
was intense.
It was.
That's how you know it's bad.
Yeah.
So
here we go. So, do you have a favorite foam soap? Optimal car wash soap is probably one of my favorite foaming.
The foam.
car
For
wash
foam,
soap.
yeah.
That car
it's
wash
pretty
soap
wicked.
creates is insane. If you need proof, watch Morgan's Wash Wednesday video.
Yeah.
It's pretty thick. So,
Rust along the bottom, David. All right. Well, just try not
is
to
a
polish that stuff. That's all.
yeah.
That's
So
the
he's probably
easiest
wondering
thing.
how close he can get to
Yep,
it or something.
yep.
Yeah.
John Smith, Ammo NYC, made a video about wearing a respirator while detailing because in long term it will cause some health problems. Heads up, everyone. Please wear protective gear. Don't I know it, John? I do.
Well-
That's all I ever talk about is all the dangerous problems that people don't realize come from detailing.
We actually bring it up pretty frequently, and I will point out, actually, one of our earliest detox episodes, we go into it, you and Ivan specifically, at length, talk about safety gear and
well,
PPE.
and there's a lot of guys that don't understand what goes into compounds. Everyone just gets a compound or a polish and they polish up whatever they want. Now, old school compounds, you have to wear any compound, period. You need to be wearing a respirator. Polishing, you can get away with it, not having to wear a respirator on that. But it also depends on the kind of paint that you're working on. So some of those paints, some of those older paints, some of the, you look at some of the old cars from the 50s and 60s, if you're doing full restorations on the paint by polishing, you should be wearing a respirator because one, it's nice, so you're not breathing in a bunch of junk, but two, you're not getting any of those paint flakes and shards that are left because all that stuff goes into your lungs. Same reason for the Tornador. Don't put anything in it that you don't want to drink because it's just extremely toxic. We like using IK sprayers because they're much safer and easier on your hands because most people don't realize that trigger sprayers can wreak havoc on your fingers.
That was actually kind of what caused us to look for sprayers in the first place.
I have a really hard time using a spray bottle now, so my hands just don't work anymore.
How's
so,
that arthritis treating you? I mean,
it's not fun, dude.
No.
Tuesday, I literally was in pain.
Yeah.
The weather absolutely killed me, and I didn't take ibuprofen that morning. And when I say I take ibuprofen, I take 6 tablets a day. So that's over 1,200 micrograms of ibuprofen.
So yes, Levi knows safety
I do have,
well.
I do have arthritis medicine for my elbows and my shoulders and my hands, but that stuff tears me up. So ibuprofen is the guy. So please be safe. Please use a respirator when you're compounding and polishing. When we had Rennie Doyle on here, he said the exact same thing, 6 months ago. And it was still surprising to see some guys that have been detailing here in the Valley for over 20 years look surprised when they found that out. So it doesn't matter how long you've been detailing, being safe and wearing protective gear is something you need to be doing. So you can be around longer and keep doing it because the old joke was you never saw old detailers. So there was a reason because the chemicals were really toxic and people were dying. And
Taking
having
years
bad
off your
issues.
life, guys.
Yeah. So you'd have neurological problems, all kinds of things. So, all right, we missed one.
Oops.
Go back up there, Tim.
Something about removing waxes and sealants.
All right, Tony
There
Taylor.
we
Can
go.
Power Clean be used to foam the entire vehicle and doesn't remove waxes and sealants? Yes.
It's an all-purpose cleaner and a good one at that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It
And
doesn't
it can be
remove
foamed.
coatings, but it will remove sealants and waxes. So, Autogleam, you're welcome, man.
Using O&R, how you would clean waffle pad without O&R pad bucket cleaner.
Okay, so like
So
washing it
using
in a
O&R, how would
bowl.
you clean the waffle pad without the
Gotcha.
O&R pad bucket cleaner?
Ask me how I know.
Dane knows how to do that.
Yeah. On our Adam LZ Wash Wednesday shoot, when I wasn't filming that episode, I was off in the corner helping Anthony get the process going by cleaning his pads, like manually, in a bowl of warm water that Nicole brought me, and just sitting there kneading the pads, basically, with my thumbs until they were cleaned out. Then I would say, this one's good to go. It just needs to dry. Wait a few minutes for it to dry, then pass it along. Bring the next one out. Dirty pad, clean it, same deal. So, yeah, I definitely know a thing or two about cleaning pads the hard way.
Yeah. So other ways is if you've got a bucket or something with some, you put a little all-purpose cleaner, maybe some O&R,
Yep.
and soak them in that for a little bit, and then put them in the washing machine. Pretty awesome. So, what's the next big thing in detailing, product or tool? I'm gonna say I don't really have an idea.
We always
There's
hear
a couple-
rumblings,
There's a lot
but
of
you
cool
never
things,
know.
There's
but
a
we can't
couple
really
cool
talk about
things.
stuff. So.
Coming out that we can't
Yeah.
say a whole lot on yet.
You hear
But
stuff,
I think
but
you're
you
gonna be
can't.
excited. And yes, G. Davis, there are a lot of minxes in Boise. You have to come down.
There's many in our warehouse.
We have many in our warehouse.
That sounds bad.
They're we'll just say they're the bad minxes. They're not the
Well,
minxes that we wanted to
when-
sell.
That sounds worse.
When the TRC doors close at night, what happens here stays here.
Jeez.
All right, so any news or experience with the new OPT products with the clear coat restorer that debuted at SEMA?
Yes.
Yes.
So we have played with the Clear Coat Restorer. It is
Got
amazing.
to before SEMA, actually.
We do have a video waiting.
In the
So
shadows.
when it's ready to, when they are ready to release it, we will be able to release our video. So and
Yes, it exists.
today, we did just get another product from Optimum that they will be releasing tomorrow. And we're not going to say anything more on that, but it's another one, and we're very excited about it. So
Detailers will find it extremely useful.
I am very excited about it.
Yeah.
So
All right, so hey guys, longtime detailer here with more of a personal question. How do you find the joy in detailing every single day, being that it's your job as well?
You read
Oh,
that. This is
man.
sad.
All right.
This is Levi.
Getting heavy. Here we go. That's all Levi.
all right.
Oh,
so,
then it keeps going. I
yeah.
find myself burnt out after a few months of constant work, and it makes me lose some passion for detailing my personal vehicle.
Yeah. So, it's called the
fair.
Cobbler's Kids Have No Shoes. So, it is literally working on your own car is literally the last thing you want to do when you come home from detailing everybody else's cars, right? So, the biggest thing that you need to do is what I try and do is I would do something different on my cars, and I would try and set a date where I would fully detail both my cars. Now I have 4 cars, but I used to have 2, and I would do them each once a year. And the biggest thing is find something that makes you have fun with it. You know, like my thing was like, oh, I'm going to try this product on the exterior. I'm going to do this for it. And the goal was do everything that you've ever wanted to do for one of your customers. So let's say you wanted to coat your car, or you wanted to do the full interior. Let's say you are you do install ceramic coatings. Do the full line. Do all the upholstery coatings. Do all the paint coatings. Go to town on your personal car. 1, makes it a lot easier to clean.
Yeah.
2, it's a rolling billboard. 3, if you have employees, have them wash your car, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you're already paying them. Have them to pay them to wash your car. I mean, seriously, that's what my boss did. He'd be like, he'd pull it in. He's like, all right, we're going to wash my wife's Suburban. He'd have his wife show up. We'd all have to wash it. None of us
character.
None of us enjoyed it, but that truck it was a Denali. It had the logo for the business on it.
Yeah. It's got to look good.
It has to look good because it represents all our work, and we had to remember that. And when I had my shop, my guys always hated washing. I made it a rule that on Fridays, I try to make it for my guys that, all right, 3 o'clock, we're going to try and get everything done. And from 3 to 5, let's all wash each other's cars. And so we get 4 cars, we'd line them up, we'd all get on there, we'd start doing it. And if the guys wanted to stay late and do something else to their car, they could. But we'd try and get everybody's cars washed for the weekend so we could go out and have fun and the guys could enjoy the weekend with a clean car. And the guys really looked forward to it because then they go, hey, can I try, on my car, I want to try washing it with Pearl. Can I do that? Yeah, sure. Go for it. I don't care. I'll try Pearl too.
They might be more comfortable trying new products on their own vehicle before they use it on a customer.
Can I stay tonight and do some gloss coat and I'll pay for the gloss coat? Sure. Yeah. Stay late and do gloss, like whatever you want to do. So the key is just try and find joy and fun and all that kind of stuff into it, man. Like have fun doing it. And the job sucks sometimes, but the job doesn't change.
It's also kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you feel that way, it's going to perpetuate.
Exactly.
You're just going to keep feeling that way. So
find things that are fun with it. Find joy in it. My thing was I like detailing bikes too. So I'd bring bikes in and I'd take pictures and I'd show people, hey, here, look, I'm also detailing bikes. Or my shop was near the river. So me and my guys on our lunch break, hey, let's just go walk over to the river. Hang out for like half an hour. Let's just get out of the shop. So a lot of that is just that. And yes, it is no fun because my wife would always complain like, oh, my car's dirty. So I tried to always remember it that like, I'm a detailer. All my friends know I'm a detailer. My wife, all her friends know that I'm a detailer and she's driving around in a dirty car. That shouldn't be. That's just you as a man and as a husband. Take care of that. Very simple. So find the time, but like I said, do something fun with it.
Yeah.
You know?
And when you are detailing, make sure you're listening to fun podcasts.
And listen to fun podcasts. So that makes it more fun. All right. We're going too far, Tim.
It's okay.
All right. Get the ResPro FB1 face mask. It has dust filter, and you can get a chemical filter for it, and has Velcro next to it. That's right, Hans. That's a good one.
Yep.
What are y'all's favorite non-OPT products?
There are actually a lot of
There's a lot of products we like.
You guys think we only use OPT and PNS, but these guys have used so much stuff.
I like some stuff from Wolos. I like some stuff from FicTech.
Levi's like, I like Bead Maker.
Manolex.
I like Bead Maker and O&R. That's all I like. No, I use a lot of different products. A lot of people send me stuff, and I like using it. But from a company standpoint, the stuff we carry is the stuff that I really do stand behind.
We carried it because you guys believed and used it before we carried it.
Yep.
So there's reasoning behind that.
Yeah. So, Mike, Anthony, what are your favorite products?
No.
You didn't answer that. He likes the same stuff I like because we usually share products.
Yeah.
It's
so
true.
I like all that stuff. I mean,
and people send you guys stuff to try out a lot.
If you've never tried the FicTech, which one is it? The interior cleaner cockpit. Smells amazing and works really good. You can pick it up from detailersdomain.com. And the other one that FicTech makes is their quick detailer.
Yeah.
That one smells heavenly.
It smells like cologne.
Yeah, that stuff's rad. You can pick that up from
good.
Detailer's Domain as well.
I don't remember what company made the product, but somebody sent us something that worked pretty decent, but it smelled like just pure vinegar.
Yes. Don't buy that one.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that one. No, we'll just say don't buy that
it immediately came to mind. I was like, not that.
Yeah, but I mean, we all like our own things. But I mean, like back home, I mean, like I love McGuire's number 40. I think that's a great, all around rubber cleaner and dressing. I love Griot's interior cleaner. Just the interior cleaner. I think that's just I like it. I think it works really really well. Other than that, though, gosh, man, I mean. I like the smell of Adam's detail spray. Everybody knows that. I like the smell of it. It smells really good. I mean, I use so many different things, but I mean, ultimately though, I try to base everything around the system that I'm using to wash. So typically that's going to be O&R. So O&R does most of everything for me.
Yep.
When I decide to break out the soap, that's when I can get a little bit messier with some more, exterior wheel cleaning products and stuff like that.
Well, and before I ever worked here, I'm not a detailer, but I will say, I got to give a shout to Meg's Gold Class. Like, that stuff works, and a long time, user of that.
Long time user.
I'll throw that out there. That's one more thing.
Heck yeah, Dane. All right. So, what would be the first signs that your Optical Pro Plus is breaking down, wearing out?
Well, for one, you'd probably have it for longer than 7 years.
Which, if you own your car that long, good for you.
The main thing is that if it's not being hydrophobic, all you got to do is give it a chemical decontamination by washing with Ferrex.
You can also clay it.
And you can also clay it, and that will restore the hydrophobic properties of the vehicle.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, basically what happens, I mean, you have to remember, guys, your paint is still porous. I mean, that coating is going to do a good job of filling in most of those pores the best it can.
but stuff will stick to
But
the coating
stuff can
and
still
embed
stick to
into
the coating, embed into the coating, and then what happens after that? The hydrophobic properties, it's kind of like a dirty car, right? Like my other day, my car, I was washing my car. My car is covered in bead maker. I know it's going to bead up. I know it's protected, right? Yeah. Car was extremely dirty from our first snow.
When we have a lot of de-icer on the ground.
And when I went to go spray my car down, I was like, what the heck? It's not beading at all, right?
Yeah.
This certain area, it's just kind of just fallen off. And I'm like, okay, took my wash mitt, cleaned off that area, sprayed it, bam, back to beading immediately.
Right.
And it was
and
just
it's the same principle.
too much contamination on my
there's
paint.
too much contamination on the paint. So you remove that contamination by either chemically with Ferrex or mechanically with clay. So pretty awesome. That's one of the benefits of Optical Pro and Pro Plus is that it does not need a reload or a reboot agent. It just needs to be cleaned.
Because that does seem to be the kind of the hotness with a lot of coatings out there. Is, you got to refresh it and do this. And it's like,
scroll up.
Yes, thank you for letting me know that I do take a lot of ibuprofen. That is correct. I belong to the motorcycle gang Sons of Arthritis. We eat and chew ibuprofen for breakfast. So visit Dr. Rahim in California. His is a chiropractor and will cure you in a few visits. That's awesome. I would love for him to be cured. The problem is on my shoulders, I actually have bone growth that are cutting into my tendons. So the chiropractor won't do anything about that. I need to have those actually trimmed and removed from my shoulder blades.
I need my arms gone.
Yeah.
I don't need these anymore.
Well,
my hands,
all I know is you don't want his barber doing it.
These knuckles are full of
liquid?
No, not liquid. That would be awesome. Mostly feels like gravel. It's all bone shards. So because it's bone on bone. So same with my elbows. So
splintered bone.
Yes. So
ouch.
I have a chiropractor that I use. He does well with me and it works. My back is in no pain. Never had any pain with my back. It is all shoulders and elbows and my hands. So I have a massage therapist that comes through and I have her break up a lot of the deposits in my hands and elbows and wrists, as well as my shoulder when she can, but it hurts. It's too much for that. So thank you, my man. I appreciate it, though. Thank you for giving me an idea.
So does the BRS need to be cleaned after multiple uses? If so, what is the best method?
Simple. Dawn dishwashing detergent and some water in the sink. Then put it back in the ONR.
Easy.
Yep, cool. I want to nerd out on all the new stuff. Who can I talk to about it? Y'all got Mormon's number. Morgan's number. Mormon's number. We do have Matt Mormon's number. He probably wouldn't appreciate us giving it out.
Probably not.
Relays, thank you for your answer.
You can message him, though.
Relays, does the way ceramic coatings are pushed in our industry upset you guys? Like claiming scratch resistance stops water spots, things like that. Thinking of my dipping my toes into the... Oh, that's a different one. Okay. No, Relays 23. I love ceramic coatings. And I was one of the first in the state I was the first in the state to be utilizing ceramic coatings. And I love it. The biggest thing is, I like the fact that you can clean the car quicker. I also like that I seem to be able to protect my work better. If you think about it like you're a painter and you've just painted this wonderful, beautiful painting, but someone's got to go take it through the car wash every week. Yeah. It's kind of how I feel. Like, it's like, no, you're going to ruin that. And having a ceramic coating put on there provides a level of protection. Basically, it's like putting a piece of plexiglass over a beautiful picture or a piece of glass. It helps. Is it completely bulletproof? No. It can still break. It can still scratch. It can still have a lot of issues. But there's still a level of protection between the surface. And so that was one of my favorite things to do. And I used to say this all the time. I used to coat people's cars and not tell them I coated it solely because they were a returning customer. And I knew that it would make my job easier in the future.
Seriously, how awesome would it be to have that happen as a customer?
Oh, well, and then your customer is always going out talking about how great their car looks, and they're always plugging you in your shop. They don't know it's a ceramic coating on their car that's allowing that. They just know that it's you and your team that is providing that.
But I get where it's coming at from the marketing perspective.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff gets pushed a little heavily.
Now, lighters, catching them on fire, scratching with lighters, all that kind of stuff. Stay away from companies that do that.
Correct.
So
Showmanship.
All right, so Tony here. So it seems like the dangers of using rotary polishers.
we missed flat pyro.
Flat pyro. Sorry. Thinking about dipping my toes into the coating world best newbie friendly coating.
Gloss coat.
Been doing Power Coat plus 845 combo for a few years now. Gloss coat.
Gloss coat's the easiest.
It's
Best
like
introductory coating.
it's
Simple.
like
Simplest,
applying
easiest.
a sealant or a spray wax. It's that easy.
It's a 2-year coating, and it lasts, and it's so simple to do.
Yeah.
You will love it.
All right, so sorry, Tony. So it seems like the dangers of using rotary polishers I hear seems to come from older tech. With the advancements is pads and rotary like the Flex. I would like to add the next tool to complement my 8mm DA. Rotary or long throw, and with rotary has tons of versatility with extensions for smaller backing plates. Thoughts? He has a point there with the smaller backing plates and the little things. Yeah.
Good thinking.
Tony, if it was me and I had an 8mm, I would literally just move up to a long throw DA. Makes so much more sense. Things with the rotary, there's still a learning curve with a rotary. And you need to be trained or taught by somebody with a rotary or rotary experience. So
there is a middle ground there, though, that we're
so
passing up. So
you're right.
rotation.
You have all that versatility and all that stuff, but with a rotary, you're going to have to spend some time practicing
correct.
and
Well,
learning how to use that rotary. So you're going to have to include training time with that.
So now the trade-off here would be, so if you decided to go flex and go forced rotation or go melee and forced rotation, I know for flex specifically, I don't know how this works with a melee, but for flex, our friend Juan Gonzalez, he showed me a kit when we were in Sun Valley that he has towards basically a complete wire extension with these cool little
Attaches to his rotary.
Yeah, rotary flex. Yeah, basically same thing. No, it was a forced rotation, is what it was.
No, it was
Are you
rotary.
sure it was? It was
No,
rotary?
It's rotary.
Okay, so then maybe it was rotary.
Yeah, so
so basically you can add that.
He
Correct,
basically added a 1-inch polisher to his rotary by adding an extension that gave him a little tiny polisher that he could use.
Yeah. So the trade-off would be for the forced rotation, you cannot use that extension. The rotary you can, but the forced rotation.
Well, he's talking about long throw. He
would
never
give
said
you
anything about
oh,
forced
he
rotation.
said long throw. Okay, well, long throw. How long is forced rotation? Throw 12mm?
Yeah,
Still long.
it's not that long.
That's long.
So anyway, yeah. So like I said, go with a long throw polisher. Honestly, it's safer, it's easier. You're not going to have any damage, and you can actually do really well with it just by watching some YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So
And you actually have, once again, some detox episodes
A lot
where
of
you
them.
and Ivan talk about rotary, and there's
Yeah.
actually, it's not something to be terrified of, but it
no,
is
it's
something you
just
want to
there's-
get some
you guys
education.
You got to remember there's a learning curve.
Yeah.
And if you want to skip the learning curve, do like Anthony said and just get a forced rotation.
Yeah.
The melee is great. The Flex 3401 is great. Those act more like a rotary. They're kind of right in the middle between the two. So
We'll give you the cut you're looking for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
it'll give you a little more strength. It won't stall. That kind of stuff. So
Because otherwise, the other thing though is that if you decide to go with long throw and you do eventually want those tiny little areas, you have to go with like an hybrid or just buy an additional rotary, and buy those attachments.
Yeah.
There's a trade-off on everything.
best drying towels using O&R. Double
All of
twist
them.
wrist.
All of them.
Yeah.
They're all great.
Car wash towel is awesome. The double twist wrist is amazing. The Gen 1 twist wrist, which is the Korean drying towel, we call it, and our twist and shout. Pluffles work great. Eagles, 1624 Eagles work great. Whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to start calling it
Now,
Optimum
the
and Rinse
thirstiest
from now on.
towel of O&R is the twist and shout.
Oh yeah.
It's going to drink up the most. So, David,
Hands down.
I drive my wife crazy because I want her to be in a car that glistens. She has a minivan in black with flex. Yes, that's what I had. When it is clean, it is fantastic. You are right, my man. I agree. John Smith, how hard is it actually installing ClearBra? In YouTube videos, it seems pretty easy. Yeah, they make everything look easy on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Try it.
those
Try it. See
Try
what
it.
happens.
Yeah. No, so my guy Matt started doing that. He started playing with some ClearBra. He'd order it online. He'd go at it. He got a junkyard hood and he had some motorcycle parts, and he just started trying to play with it. He spent about a year just kind of playing with it. Did some parts for his dad on his motorcycle and some other stuff. But he went to training for it, and he's still learning. He says there's a lot of little idiosyncrasies and things on how you learn how to lay the film and what it can do, and you learn a bunch of stuff. So it's beneficial to learn, take a class and actually learn. So, yeah. Have
Just
any
like
of you
with vinyl wrapping.
used Kinotech or Scholl products? Hans, I have not used Kinotech. I've used Scholl pads, and they're okay. I don't really care for them. They're all right. Tim, Built Handler are the only one that comes close to OPT for you. Awesome, dude. Dane really is intrigued by Built Handler. We had
Built
a good
hamburger.
Yeah, the Built
Built
Hamburger. He wants to meet Mr. Hamber. But no, we haven't used any of it because we don't get it here. So,
Yeah.
Matt, what's up, dude?
Question. What is the best way to deal with sling from compounding or polishing a car rather than having to rewash the car?
Control your sling.
It is. Yeah.
Literally control it. Watch what you're doing. Learn how to lay a bead properly. There are YouTube videos on it. Basically, if you're gonna
You can watch
dig
me.
into the bead,
You can watch me.
you're gonna
pick up a
splatter
bead.
it. If you're gonna, what you want to do is pick it up and move it around. Obviously, you're using too much product if you're having to have that much sling. And that doesn't just come from rotary; it can come from a dual action if you get too much product into your pad. So make sure you're cleaning your pad frequently. You're blowing it out. Use less compound and polish. So big one. Matt, front range, change your compound and polish. Oh, that he was explaining.
Yeah, no, Hans and
Front
Matt are
range, start the machine
chiming
on
in.
speed 1, spread it around speed up. Thank you, Matt and Hans. You're right. So
Great points.
I grabbed an IK foamer set from you guys. I really want to use one product for wheels, tires, and wheel wells in my 1.5 foamer that can effectively tackle all those aspects. Any idea on the products? Yes.
Power clean.
Power Clean. That's
Yeah.
it. Power Clean does all those things. It's an all-purpose cleaner.
Yep.
Dilute it 5-to-1 or 10-to-1.
Yep.
It's going to work beautifully in that thing.
It's
Matt, you're right.
Such a good product.
Boca Terry, what advice would you give someone who is going into production-based detailing and still wants to do a good job but not take forever? Dude, one steps, like even something as simple as HD speed. Remember, your production-based detailing, they just want it clean and shiny. They don't need the paint perfect. So quick one step. Silver and white cars rarely need anything more than a coat of wax on them. Certain ways to save some time. Use Opti Bond tire dressing with a HVLP gun. That saves you so much time because you can dress the lower plastics and grills and stuff like that, inner fender wells, tires, very quickly and efficiently. So those are some things. On interiors, use compressed air, a lot of compressed air. Make sure you've got your standard operating procedure down on how you're going to do every single car and what is always going to get done regardless of the condition of the vehicle. So, and then from there, increase pricing. If they want to do a 2-step or a 3-step or get this out or just buff one panel, you got to charge them for it. So,
Well, that's a lot of what you did was that production detailing. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
that's what tore my body up. All right. So, Didrik, not a problem, brother. Yeah, it's mostly surgery stuff. So, thanks, man. You talked about Klein Ferrex OptiCoat. Should you also do the same with the consumer level gloss coat? I noticed Optimum doesn't sell a coating booster because it doesn't need it. Anthony,
Yeah.
Klein's always good.
So basically, it's just so Optimum doesn't sell a coating booster. Well, they kind of do. So I mean, basically, Hyperseal is their coating booster,
Or OptiSeal.
or OptiSeal
Or
would
Car
be a
Wax.
coating booster.
Or Instant Detailer Gloss Enhancer.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So you can. I mean, because that's the thing. I mean, gloss coat has ceramic in it, and so
It's two kinds of ceramic.
Hyperseal has ceramic in it as well, and so you'd be basically topping it with that. You can buy Hyperseal from Optimum if you want to go on their website and do that, but otherwise you just top it with Bead Maker. I mean, I don't want to get it.
Yeah,
that's
but
the end all be all,
it goes
you
right back to
can.
what we said. Like, gloss coat on their consumer level gloss coat, they do ask that you clay the surface of the car before you install it. And in our videos, we do that. So, but remember, it's a two-part, or it's a mixture of two coatings. So it's a SiO2 and a SiC coating. It's a hybrid coating. So because of that, because of the SiC in it, the silicon carbide, it does not need a booster. So if it was a straight SiO2, it would need a booster, i.e. like Hyperseal or something like that. But because it doesn't need it because of the silicon carbide, all you have to do is clay it once a year. And like I said, you can use anything to put on top of it. So,
All right, with colder weather coming, should I not store my detailing products in the garage? Cleaners, polishes, waxes, bead maker, and in Colorado.
It's better to
if
bring them
you're
inside.
cold, they're cold.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I leave my stuff in the garage, and my garage gets pretty dang.
Your garage
cold.
gets really cold.
My garage is heated.
But let's just say if my fiance would let me store all of, which is kind of unreasonable considering how much stuff I have. If I was able to store that inside
What
the
are you
house,
talking about? You have an office.
It's upstairs, and I don't want to walk
In your
up
house.
and down.
Just
I don't
store
want to
it
do
in
that.
there.
That's too much work.
Sounds like it needs some new cabinets.
Yeah. So the shouted is gloss coat needs ferrics every 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. I would say once a year if you were doing like a major decon, but also depends on if you live near a rail yard, then maybe. I don't know where I would ever need ferrics every 6 months if it was me personally on a gloss coated vehicle. But that's just me.
Power clean goes
Once a
long
year.
way.
It needs it once a year.
Once a year
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
So, tips for large vehicle detailing, semis, RVs, or race trailers, Levi.
Oh, big old pressure washer with a long extension and a couple people and some ladders.
Yeah.
That's really it, man.
Well,
It's
when it
not
comes to
really fun either
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Get some extensions, brushes, all that kind of stuff. Get some nice wash brushes. But
I know
yeah.
a lot of people repurpose mops with
Yep,
different heads
yep.
and stuff to do it. Microfibers specifically.
Yep,
But
you
yeah.
can do all that.
Matt
So,
loves these videos. Thanks, dude.
Thanks, man.
Dave,
Thanks.
Rag Company products in Australia.
Yes. We have rag. You go to carcareco.au or was it AU?
I'm bad at my Australian
Hold on, let me pull it up here.
websites.
I'm gonna help you guys out. Get ready.
Oh, he's doing it.
You look it up.
By the way, guys, while he's doing that, we have a distributor page on the Rag Company website. So you can actually get
All right. links
links to all of our distributors, international and national, right off that
Yep.
page.
All right, Dave, here you go. It is www.carcareco.com.au. So carcareco.com.au. That is our Rag Company distributor in Australia. They're also selling PNS products, so you can pick up some bead maker too. 215 Detail, and I believe Levi had a shop in the Midwest, cold regions. Any suggestions for waterproof gloves, long for the mobile detailer? Thanks, man. Yeah, I had a detail shop here in Idaho, the Pacific Northwest, even colder than the Midwest, more mountainous. So for waterproof gloves, my guys usually always just put they do just the normal wool gloves, and then they'd put a rubber glove over it, and they'd usually tape their rubber gloves. But I've had a lot of friends that go buy scuba gloves. So gloves used for scuba diving, because then those are waterproof, and they're able to wash with those. That keeps them warm when they're wet and they're dunking their hands in the buckets. So, and they're almost a gauntlet style, so they're a little longer.
Believe
up
it
to
or
your
not, there
wrist.
are dive
So-
shops in Idaho.
Yeah, and there are dive shops. You can pick them up. You can even look online, check them out on Amazon. But yeah, so scuba gear gloves basically work great for that.
Nice.
So
Thanks, guys. Love Beak Maker. We love Beak Maker too. All right, Tony. The two popular methods for priming pads: 3 dots and a spritz of O&R, or coat the entire pad first with product. Which method do you guys use?
depends on the pad, depends on the product, and depends on the tool.
Yeah. Ultimately, so if we're ever working with microfiber, we'll typically do a little bit more of a coating into the pad.
We want to make sure all the microfiber is covered.
to reduce heat and reduce micro marring, add more lubrication. But when it comes to a foam pad, you pretty much got right on. Basically, we'll always do some type of O&R.
And it depends on the product, because
to spruce it up.
some products like Last Cut, if you prime the pad with Last Cut, you're using too much Last Cut.
Yeah.
If you prime the pad with a couple sprays of Optima Hyper Polish, it's too much Hyper Polish.
Yeah, there's a weird ground to where it seems like you need to add more, but you don't.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
some of the Rupes pads, they have priming procedures for all of the Rupes pads and
got a
all the
video on
Rupes
that, too.
products. Yeah.
Yeah.
So You can just look online, see what you got. We've got a bunch of stuff there on our page.
Okay, so is a Porter Cable 6-inch a good beginner polisher? Yes, absolutely.
He would know.
Yeah, get good. I mean, try it out with the backing plate that it has on its stock. I personally would recommend changing out the 6-inch backing plate and going to a 5-inch backing plate, as you'll get a little bit more speed out of it and a little bit
Wakes
more
it
cut.
up a little bit.
Yeah. What are the advantages of having compounds and polishes in spray bottle like Hyper Polish and Hyper Compound? Do you still need to prime the pad?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, you do have to, you basically prime it with O&R. That's the thing. Because the pad, you give it usually the pad has, if it's used the pad washer, it's got O&R in it, and then that one spray is all you need. Literally, Optimum's line is, if one spray is good, half a spray is better. So,
Yeah.
Less is more.
Yep. Matt, even for waxes, I don't know what that means.
It's in response to something. I'm just not
yeah.
sure where.
What was the most fun drawing request on the Black Friday orders?
Ooh.
There was a lot of really good ones.
Dane, what was your favorite?
There were so many. I drawing a blank because it was just like a giant
My
blur.
favorite
It was, so
was the one
crazy.
Morgan did for Raz and Chelsea, and she had to draw Larry Casilla,
Oh, that was
was
funny.
pretty good.
and I told her to grab one of the other Larry Casilla drawings we'd already done and
Because
just
a long time
copy
ago,
it.
I
'Cause
drew.
you guys got to understand, we were doing a ton of drawings, like so many we couldn't keep up and get the orders out, so we had to limit the amount of time on some of our drawings, and so I said, oh, just take that, copy it and throw it on there, and it's a fun joke for
Hans
Raz
had a
and
request.
Chelsea.
What was Hans' request? Like it was like Dane watching Anthony and
Yeah.
Levi.
It was
Yeah.
a scene.
Hans, you had a great
basically.
one
Yeah.
too. That was a really good one that
He
you did as well.
Created an entire
But-
scene,
More
but
toast, I'm
yeah,
hungry.
I a couple of years ago, somebody asked me to draw Larry Casilla washing their dad's 350Z.
Yeah.
So then that got used as reference material for this more recent Larry Casilla drawing that they requested. So basically, it's like a game of telephone.
Yeah,
I'm not
it
sure how
just got
much the Larry
worse.
Casilla
It was
drawing
great.
looked like Larry Casilla anymore, but it was pretty great.
It was really
It was
great.
pretty great.
And
I'm sure
I hope,
Larry would
hope
be
they
proud.
enjoy it. And
Yeah.
Hans, but yours was hilarious. Everybody downstairs was having a blast with
Yeah.
yours. They loved that. So
Stop fighting, guys. Yeah.
So BT, what is the difference between the double twistress and the twist and shout? It is size. So the double twistress is much bigger. Twist and shout is much bigger than the double twistress, but the double twistress is 2 towels sewn together in a diamond pattern. So it's a very absorbent towel. And then any plans to offer a microfiber mop like the Microfiber Madness Incredipull? Funny you should say that. 2 years ago, we stopped selling our mop and pole setup
Yeah.
that we had carried for well over a
Years.
decade. And us and Auto Fiber had been carrying those, and we sold them a lot to janitorial supply stuff. They're not really designed to be used for washing cars, but
But that
people
doesn't
use them.
stop detailers from trying.
Yeah, people used them, but for us, we just we thought it was kind of a dumb idea. We'll just say no. It was one of those things that like the sales weren't there, so we stopped selling them.
It
Plain
was
and
slow,
simple.
and frankly, shipping an object like that
It's
is
hard. You guys gotta understand.
remarkably-
It's hard to ship a
when your
pole
model is
and
based on
plastic
towels. It's
and-
a lot of people don't realize just how much thinking has
Yeah.
to go into building a shipping model and stuff. And the reason you see a lot of minimums, a lot of places that are crazy high, is because of some of the stuff those guys have
Yeah.
to ship.
Now, and I'm not going to say that the Microfiber Madness Incredipull is dumb. It's a good product, and you can buy it, but it's a product that we carried for well over a decade. We don't carry it anymore just because it's not economical to ship, and realistically,
nobody was
we didn't
buying.
sell it to detailers. We sold it to janitorial supply,
Yeah.
to janitor staffs and hotel staffs and things like that. So
Yep.
the basketball court across the street bought a bunch of them because they've got
Yeah.
basketball courts
Oh my
that
God,
they
you're
clean.
still making
So,
toast.
yeah.
Absolutely.
William Huang, what are your recommendations for a decon wash to strip wax? Power clean and Ferrex enough? Power clean at what dilution? 5-to-1, and yes. So,
Done and done.
front range photography drone, is there a rough average that most compounds should be applied at lower RPM or a higher RPM? And what about polishes on higher RPM or lower RPMs on a DA? Thanks, guys. Dude, just stick at 3 and you should be good. If you're using a rotary, slow works best. Stay slow, and you'll actually provide more cut at a slower RPM. But again, it depends on the product. It depends on the pad. It depends on the paint you're working on. Depends on the tool that you're using. Everything's different. So,
Yep.
but on a DA, just stick with 3. It's easy.
Yeah. Oh, Matt. Okay. Yeah. Something about storing waxes and coatings in a wine cooler. Gotcha. Now I know what
Yes.
you're replying to. I've heard of coatings being stored in fridges, but not waxes.
Yeah, well, that goes back to basically in the middle of summer when your garage or your shop, like mine was, would be 110 degrees. Waxes
point.
tend to melt.
Yeah. Now about the well, it's not a coating. Well, the clear coat restorer that we used for our video is actually in our fridge
Yeah.
here at work because that's the best way to store it.
Yep.
And I always have to remind myself not to grab it. It's not a drink.
Dane sometimes wants to take a drink on it. He thinks it's a
I
power.
see it. I'm like, that's a fancy
He's like-
looking.
He's like, hey,
put
look
it
at this
back
new
in."
Red Bull can. I'm gonna drink
Nope,
this.
saving it for later.
Like, stop drinking, stop drinking that, Dane.
It tastes so good.
Too late.
It's going down my throat. It's like burning a little bit.
Oh, it's so smooth now. Okay, yeah, all right.
Stuff just slides down there.
Moving
All
on.
right. Yeah, towel fight. Dave, great Aussie distributors. Prices are okay. Not the usual with getting stuff from the States. Sorry, man. We got to ship it all the way across the ocean. So someone's got to pay for that. And the, customs duties, taxes, whole 9 yards.
The beauty of buying it there is saving yourself a lot of the headache of dealing
Yeah,
with
and
that stuff.
with our Aussie distributors, same with our Netherlands and our UK distributors, we are working on doing some things with them to try and get our prices down to them. We're working on some shipping stuff to try and bring those prices so that you guys can reap the benefits of that.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, man. We're just got into the country.
Yeah,
so,
just started.
you guys should post all the drawings, though. Yes, Hans, we have them all hanging up on the walls here in the store.
Now,
So,
if you're talking about posting them, we encourage people, if they want to share them,
Yes.
they can post them themselves, and we might
Hashtag
reshare them or something
TRC
like that.
Black Friday drawing.
Or
That's a good
TRC
one.
draws.
Draws. TRC draws is the other one, yes.
Yep.
Learned so much. Thanks, Brock. Thanks, Mr. Love. Eric Sanchez, cool. What is your favorite Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode?
I don't mind.
There's
Oh,
a
Matt.
lot.
All right.
What's
Okay.
yours? What's yours?
So I've got 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I love the Jersey Shore episode.
Oh, dang it. That's literally was going to be mine.
That's one of my favorites.
That's one of my favorites.
I've never screamed and laughed
Rum
that hard.
ham.
With
Yeah.
rum ham under the boardwalk.
Under the boardwalk. Charlie with the
Having the
glass.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then my other favorite one, I can't remember what it was, but it's the one where Charlie is trying to get the make honey from the wasps. That is one of my
so
from the wasp nest. He wants to get the honey out of the wasp nest and from the hornets, and it's so funny. So
like-
those are my 2 favorites. Like I could watch those over and over. Oh, there's
Charlie
one more.
works pretty good too. I like
Yeah.
Charlie work.
Charlie Work's a good one. The other one is they break into a house. The gang. It's a full like Indiana Jones style break-in one, and the Charlie and Mac are in the van on the walkie-talkies.
Oh, yeah, you're
And
talking
they're
about the one where they got the
hamburgers.
gasoline and they
They're-
bought a bunch and they thought they were going to...
No.
He's talking about
They're-
when Frank and Dee and Dennis are in the closet,
Yeah,
right?
and they're trying
trying to get
Oh.
a vase.
Yeah, trying to get a
Never mind.
vase.
And they hear these guys with these American Southern accents, and they get downstairs, and it's not what they think it is.
Yeah. It's awesome. And then Mac.
Man, I was
and-
thinking back to Wild Card
No.
episode.
Yeah, Mac and Charlie keep arguing because Charlie wants some of Mac's chips.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can't have any chips. And they keep arguing. Finally, he yells and he's like, you should have got some chips at the hamburger store. And then they're on the walkie-talkies and he starts complaining to Dennis and Dee and Frank that Charlie wants his chips. While they're in the middle of this sting operation. It's great.
Dude,
So, anyway, yours.
There's so many good ones that, there's the one episode where I think it was Frank and everybody else I think it was something had to do something with houses, and Frank was buying these houses with Mac or something like that, and they walk in and it's his family living in this house, and he walks in.
He was buying foreclosures.
and he's like,
is what he was doing.
squatters. like, no, we live here.
Yeah.
I love it. Pulls out his gun.
Yeah,
For me, it was the episode where Charlie helps Dee get the cat out of her wall, like trying
Yes.
to... and the solution was to put more cats.
Yeah.
This cat's gonna help get the other cat out.
That and Kitten Mittens seems like
Yeah.
2 cat episodes, but no, like that
great.
and Wild Card, man.
No, and then there's
The classics.
there was what's it when they're gonna go see the movie? I can't remember what's it called. Where they're on their way to go see that movie,
yeah.
Thundergun 2, whatever it was, and they're all on their way there, and it's so funny because Frank like basically takes over that what is that that ferry, and he's like oh
Commandeers
you
it.
guys, we have these great stories, the sewers, me and Charlie like to go down to the sewers and play this game, and people are like, who are you talking
And the whole time
about?
Charlie's taking Mac or Dennis and D through the sewers.
and then Dennis is in the car listening to like the tapes of his women adventures.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he's
no.
sitting there and he's like, how old are you? And she's like 16. He's like, why do I still have this?
God.
All right,
Back
move
to
on.
detailing.
Back to
Anyway.
detailing. Sorry.
All right.
Dang it,
Any
Matt. We
pointers
love
for
It's
using
Always Sunny.
Yeah. Any pointers for using the Big Red Sponge? I'm coming from using 5-day towels for washing cars. So, Big Red Sponge, once you buy it, put it in a bucket of O&R directly and never take it out of that bucket of O&R. Don't ever let it dry out. Let it sleep in the O&R. Second, make sure you let it stay in the bucket for at least 3 days before you wash it or before you wash a car with it. That Big Red Sponge needs to break down. So, Ramrod 64K. That's it. Jose Antonio, love those shirts. Really nice. Thanks. That's last year's and that's this year's. Those are our Air Force One
And
shirts.
mine's from a
and
totally
he's
different
got-
journey
He's
altogether.
got his Detailer's Domain shirt. So, yeah, thanks. Veteran Anthony, I've been away with customers for 40 minutes. Are you still munching toast?
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
Patty, the dude eats all day long.
Always
That's all he
eating.
does.
He stopped for a while and then he made more.
Yeah.
Matt, mine's Jersey Show, yeah. Rumham. Jerry, washed my car with O&R a few times without reapplying PNS bead maker. Can I do a coating at bead maker, or should I do a first application process again after next wash? It lasts about 3 months, so you should be fine to just spray it on again. Do a small light application. So,
The
Matt,
heavy application is just that
who
first one.
pooped the bed was great too.
Yeah.
With the vase, yes. Anthony is on a diet, you see, Didrik. Yes, yeah, he is.
I am trying
He's
to
on a
slim
bread
down.
diet,
Yeah.
complex
Yes.
carbohydrates.
Yes. Is there any benefit to removing compounds, polishes, waxes with shorter pile versus a long pile, fluffy, high GSM towel? Yes. And that's going to be basically, I mean, you have to think about it, it's the amount of
Bite.
Well, it's not just the bite.
The longer
of
it is, the more give it has.
It's not just the bite of the pile, but it's also the amount of pressure that you can put on the towel itself. When you have a
Safely.
fluffier towel, it reduces pressure points, which is great for pretty much everything, except for sometimes when you need a more of an aggressive
Towel.
wipe, for removing compounds
Need more bite.
and polishes. You need more bite. So basically, shorter pile. Lower. It's been
You
too
want
long.
you want a denser towel.
Correct. I am.
So you want a high GSM, but
high
a
on
lower
toast.
profile, like a lower nap for removing compounds and polishes.
Yeah.
Works great. So something like our Eagle 350 works really good. The Edgeless 365s work really great. That's also where the Creature comes in handy because it's a dual pile. So it's a very thick towel, but has a low, short nap. So
Pearl's got some good
a lot
bite,
of people
too.
like that.
A lot of people
Yep.
like
And
Pearl.
That's kind of
pearls
the
have a good
whole
bite.
reason we came out with the Eagle 350 was because people like the Eagle material, but they wanted something that was a little lighter, so it had a little more bite.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
All
a lot of different things.
right. So
Vic and vinegar.
Going
Front
down.
Range. I received my first order from you guys, and I'm loving the product so far. My wife wants some of the Everest towels in the size big enough to use in the bathroom. Lol. Yeah, man. Sorry, we don't have any of those.
Everybody always
We
wants.
used to have an Everest
Avalanche.
which was like a giant eagle.
Yeah.
And it was a towel. It was what, 20 by 40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is bigger than that.
I think it was 20 by 40.
Well, that was.
I
for
think we have a
the
couple running
Avalanche.
around here
Now,
still.
before the Avalanche, we had bath towels that we carried that nobody bought.
Yeah. Those
They
would've been
were- they
nice.
were
Where
big,
are those
but-
at?
Well, I got a couple at home,
Nice.
but
Nice.
they were like a 30 by 68.
We're taking bids on
They were
Dane's
big.
used bath towels.
You don't want them.
Yeah.
Gross. Oh. Send those over to you, Front Range.
Stealing from Liz.
So, cleaning my wheels, pre-spot cleaning my paint with Power Clean. I'm pretty sure it'll strip degrade my coating topper, bead maker, and a silica sealant. Thoughts? Yes, it will. it will totally remove it. Just so you know,
Yeah.
that's what happens.
Think that's all we got.
Wow, is that it? Well,
guess
we
so.
still got half an hour left on the clock, so guys, keep them coming.
Let's eat some more toast.
Yeah. In the meantime, Fisherman's Friend, we don't have any mint left.
I'm gonna take a quick break.
No, we
here.
got spearmint.
I'm gonna go. I've been sitting for too long.
I was gonna say having the lemon Fisherman's Friend was sort of like eating lemon pledge. Not
You
that
say
I know what that's
and you
like.
said the mint
but
was good.
It was the
We
mint.
do
I
have
like the
mints.
mint. Made me think of mint chocolate chip ice cream, which I'm not a huge ice
Oh,
cream guy, and I realize
that
that,
is
makes me a
delicious.
monster. But
Yeah, the Fisherman's
I
Friend.
really like
you can pick
the
up
mint
these on
Fisherman's Friend.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Fisherman
That's
Friend
good.
mint.
That's
I believe
good.
you can get it on Amazon. Mm-hmm. That is actually really nice.
Navaletto, bead maker's beautiful.
Yeah.
We hype that stuff up. It's because we actually like it.
Well, it's just so simple and easy
We
to
use
use.
it a lot.
That's what a lot of people don't seem to understand is like they talk about how frustrating it is to be able to put things on and take things off and all that stuff. But bead maker, you just spray it on, you wipe it off, and you can spray it on every week if you want. You can spray
Yeah.
it on every month if you want. It's $10 for a pint. I mean, it's cheap. Like it's cheap and you can use it. Like that's what's so great. So
Oh, Austin's got a question about coatings.
Matt, we did not get ice cream. We just have some Fisherman's Friends.
Right.
Thank you, and I love the reference. Inspiration versus gloss coat. Go at it. All right, Austin. I like gloss coat because it's so easy to use. I mean, so easy. You can.
For a guy like me, that's important.
I could
not a
have.
detailer.
I could prep a car. I could give it to Dane, and I'd be like, Dane, put gloss coat on this.
I'd be
And
like, okay, I'm not scared of it.
And
I
Dane
can
could do
go
it.
and coat a car with gloss coat
Right.
and not be scared.
I could go downstairs and pull any of the people down there that are packing towels and give them a quick 2-second tutorial on how to put gloss coat on, and they would be able to do it. And that's the amazing thing. It's so simple and easy. Inspiration, you need to have some experience installing coatings because it is a different coating. It is an SiO2,
Behaves differently.
but the
when
way
you're
that it goes
using
on is much different, is very different in the application process and the removal process. And you cannot let it get away from you. With gloss coat, you can get half the car done, come back and wipe the coating off and not have any issues. With inspiration, you have to be careful and you need to watch it. And I'm not saying it's not worth putting on. I have it on my car.
It's
I have gloss
friggin'
coat on my
awesome.
other car. It's a phenomenal coating.
It's
And
really good.
It is a really, really nice coating. It just takes a little more time and a little more patience.
Yep.
So those are the benefits of it. They're both a 2 to 3 year coating. They're both the same price range. Inspiration asks that you put 2 coatings on, or 2 levels of coating, 2 layers of coating with theirs, so you can get increased longevity, increased slickness, and it really does pair and play really, really well with bead maker. So that's kind of the issue. So yeah.
a
Front
few
range.
more.
Since you missed the 40% off Eagle Towels, do you guys have sales throughout the year other than around Christmas time?
Yes.
We do, man. They're just random. We kind of just pick and choose. This is our first time trying to do 12 days of Christmas. It's a little stressful and nerve-wracking, and we apologize for those that feel like they're missing out, but we're literally just trying to do a deal a day until Christmas, just for fun.
Now, I will say we do have sales around the year, and the best way to find out, sign up for the newsletter. That's all
Exactly.
you got to do. Just it doesn't have to be.
And we don't spam you with
Yeah,
stuff. We only send you
don't.
when we're doing something. So
If we're sending you an email, it's because we've got a sale about to happen
Yep.
or happening, and that's the first place people find out.
yep.
So just go to our main homepage, scroll down, you'll see, oh, sign up for a newsletter. Enter an email that you don't mind getting a newsletter sent to, and you're good. That's
Yep.
it.
Exactly. Cindy, message retracted. Have you guys, Bokai Terry, have you watched Yanimized YouTube channel? They have a car wrapping competition. We have not. Yanimized, I think. I'll have to check that out. David, dudes, just ordered 20 makeup removing cloths for the wonderful and beautiful Mary. Hooray! Huzzah! Mary, enjoy those. Scott Kissel, any tips on removing really badly bubbled rear window tint? 11 years old. Yeah, just like what Matt said, Scott, steam and hope the window defrosters don't come off. Old tint on a back window is the worst. It is not fun. You might just pay somebody to do it if you want. It's a lot easier. Tint shops will do it.
To save yourself some headache, give it to a
Yeah,
professional
just
who.
pay. I mean, dude, what's your time worth?
Exactly. What
Literally,
is
at
your
that
time
point.
worth?
So, yep, that's it. Matt, how do I love the kamikaze backing plate on my 21. It is wicked and not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, that thing's scary, yo.
It's wicked though. It's so awesome. So it's basically turned my 21 into an absolute monster.
It's a beast.
and it's scary. So, but it works really great.
So for those who don't know what that is,
The Kamikaze backing plate is a 5-inch solid piece of billet aluminum that was machined as a backing plate. So there's no foam,
man.
there is no plastic. It's billet aluminum, and it's got some Velcro on it. And the weight loss, the speed, the rotation, it's wicked.
fearsome.
It's it's pretty dope. And if I hit door handles, I break the door handles off. Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's like a buzzsaw.
Yeah, it's like a buzzsaw. So I got some shows coming up, and I need a quick way of removing and hiding swirls just until I find some time to do a wet sand and buff. One steps glazes, yes.
Yep.
Didrik, message retracted. Didrik, message retracted. One step would be best. Do you ship to Canada, Cindy? Yes, we do. You do have to pay taxes and duties and all that good stuff. But
As an alternative,
you can purchase from us here, or just purchase from Auto Obsessed, Detail Fanatics, eShine. We do have distributors in Canada.
you can check our website for the links to all of those sites.
Yep. Just go on theragcompany.com, hit distributors, and you will see one near you.
Boom.
Didrik, what do you think of coatings shown on social media that you can scratch badly, just wipe fine again? Is it true or fake? That is fake.
Pretty simple. Although self-healing paints are a thing.
Self-healing, that's where you heat it
Yes.
up
That's
with like a
different.
heat gun. That works.
Yes.
But just wiping it down after you scratch the crap out of it, no, doesn't work. Hans, where can I get that Kamikaze backing plate? Esoteric. They
only make
Kamikaze.
a very small number of them
Well,
every year.
it's
right?
literally the company Kamikaze. So go on their website, check them out. They only make a limited number a year that come to the U.S. I don't know about the Netherlands, Hans, but you'll have to check. So
Yep.
it's about $100 for that backing plate.
No joke.
If someone wanted to switch to all OPT regime, what would be the top products you would recommend to get started? Wipe and shine. Easy. O&R, that is your backbone product. OptiSeal is your protection level, and also the ability to use on the interior. The other one would be OptiBond tire gel for cleaning or for dressing your tires, and then Power Clean for use as an all-purpose cleaner. So,
Simple.
yep. And Matt, Excel makes a backing plate like the Kamikaze. I was thinking about getting it. Yeah, Matt, I don't know anything about the Excel plate. I know about it, but I haven't seen it, tried it. I just knew the Kamikaze been out for about 4 years. So, you're right. And Esoteric is the only place they know, and they sell out. They literally take pre-orders for it. Levi, how's the Sun Joe working out for you? Looking to buy a pressure washer. Is the Krenzel really worth it?
How is that going?
I love that little machine. It's pretty dope. I've only used it once so far because we've been below freezing here in Boise, so I can't really plug it in and run it. I'm working on getting some hot water in my garage so that I can just plug it in there and do it outside in the yard and things like that. But my spigots to the house are all shut down for winter. But I love that little pressure washer. It's great, and for $120, you can't beat it. So. I faced my first challenge with O&R in years. Front bumper around the fog lights. There's embedded road stall trim sections. Grill-like surface but closed. Went at it with O&R, soaked in microfiber, and even a boar's hair. Still there. Eventually got it out with APC. How would you do it? Yes, APC. Always. Power clean.
How about OptiClean?
You could use OptiClean too. You could pre-soak with OptiClean. That's Austin. That's what I use for road salt is OptiClean. So yeah, always pre-soak, man. Just pre-soak with OptiClean or Power Clean. They're both great for that.
It's kind of a common sense thing.
Yeah.
If it looks like it needs it, just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you can't. Like that's what it's for. So Hans looking to excel from detail divisions, right? 302 Quest swap. How do you feel about using bead maker on fresh ceramic coating as a sacrificial layer instead of typical SiO2 toppers? Doing a coating in the spring, and I have plenty of bead maker. Yes.
Yeah.
Easy question. Yes. Question. My son has dogs. They scratch the glass on his sliding doors. Is there an auto? Was that fill those scratches? Thanks for being awesome. David, I think you mean like a coating that can fit on that? No. Sorry, dude. Glass, you cannot fix glass when it's scratched. Just got to replace it.
Yep.
I'm trying to get my car ready for a show and was wondering the correction products you use, compounding and polishing. Grant, I need to know what kind of car you have. I need to know what kind of tools you got. I got to know what exactly you're looking for. you can email me at levi@theragcompany.
It's not a one-size-fits-all situation, but we do try, at least with the last cut, before moving out from other stuff. So, because it's a safe
And Matt,
way
you're
to
right.
start.
The last cut is all you need. So Matt
9
mentioned
times
it.
out of 10.
Yeah. Since you mentioned your pressure washer, is there a minimum GPM you would recommend out of electric pressure washer? No, not really. I just went with the Sunjoe, whatever it was, 1.7 gallons per minute, I think.
Yeah.
You can go on my Levi Gates Facebook page, and you can watch the video right there of me playing with it. So, or opening it out. Matt, you're right. It is pad dependent. And Wipe and Shine, thank you for the advice. Always looking to simplify the process. Exactly, dude. That's the easiest way to start, and then you kind of add from there based on what you need. So,
Nice. We still got about 10 minutes left.
Dane's really running this thing out, guys.
I know.
You got lots
I'm making
of time
sure.
to
You guys come
answer
here.
some
We give you a
questions.
block of time. I want to make sure you have the opportunity.
Yeah.
I have
So
a family to go home to.
you'll leave at the same time every day.
But I am going to go to the bathroom.
Oh, he beat me to it. That was going to be my move.
Well, when we're in here
All
for
right,
2
guys.
hours,
Keep the questions coming. Dancing
Yeah.
with Anthony videos coming soon.
you got it, man.
You know what, though? Actually, since it is the last 10, 15 minutes and Anthony and I are sitting here, we do have something that we can kind of bring up, talk about a
Okay, how
little
many people
bit.
are still watching? Because is this worth it bringing it up now?
There's 65 people watching.
All right, so okay, really quick, guys. So we have an important announcement here. This is something that you guys are going to hear first, and nobody else is going to hear. So maybe consider you have the heads up.
Nobody else will know until tomorrow.
Nobody else will know until tomorrow. So you guys are the first to hear about this. So Dane, can you close that door really quick?
Actually, I got to run to the restroom. So
Okay.
I will close it on my way out.
Oh, are you leaving this all to me?
Only for a second.
Okay. All right, guys. So basically, what it comes down to is, as you guys know, I run a lot of the Instagram stuff and a lot of the social media stuff, as well as most of our marketing stuff. And basically, what I see a lot on the back end is I see a lot of requests for sponsorships. Right. That's probably one of the most popular messages we get in our direct messages is, "Hey, do you guys sponsor?" Or "What will it take to sponsor?" How can I be sponsored? What do I do to get free stuff? You know, it's a lot of questions like that. And for the longest time, we've never really sponsored anybody. We donate products to events that are typically for charities or go to a good cause. If there's major detailing events like Air Force One, we'll donate product for that. But we haven't ever really sponsored anybody individually and said that person is sponsored by the rag company. And that's something we never thought we were going to do. And unlike a lot of other companies out there who seem to sponsor anyone and everyone, right? All you have to do is just have a big following and, hey, you get a free package of stuff at your door, and that person is now promoting that person's or that company's products, that company's sweatshirt, that company's, you know what I mean, air fresheners, yada, yada, yada. That's kind of how it works. And there's so many companies that just tend to sponsor anybody and everybody. And when it came down to talking, us talking about ever sponsoring somebody, that's the last thing that we wanted to do was just, give something to anybody and everybody. We wanted to make it to where this is something that is special and something that, will mean a lot to the people that get this opportunity. So basically what we're doing, we're rolling out, it's called the TRC Grand Ambassador Program. And that's what it's called. Grand Ambassador is basically is what this person will be. And so long story short, I'll kind of read to you these slides in which we've created. These are going to go live tomorrow morning at some point.
I saw that, Didrik.
So
I saw that.
So basically, what I'm going to read to you guys here is so Grand Ambassadors. What is it? It is a select few of people. We're going to be choosing 10 people per quarter for a total of 40 people per year. Are going to be an official rag company.
So just so everyone knows, a
Grand
quarter is
Ambassador.
3 months.
Correct. Yeah. So 40 people total are going to get this opportunity. It's going to work through an application process, meaning that we do have a Google form that will ask you to fill out and basically apply for this position. And a lot of people, they get really and the second I say you have to apply for something, right, they're thinking, oh, they're only going to choose these guys with a huge following. I'm never going to have an opportunity to do this. And that's what we wanted the least, right? Like I said, the biggest thing that we didn't agree with are bigger companies out there sponsoring anybody and everybody with a big following. And that's the last thing we wanted. We want to be able to, sponsor people that do have some influencing power, but at the same time, sponsor some people out of the country, sponsor some people in the country that may only have a couple hundred followers, but ultimately
we're looking for good content.
Have great interaction with their following, who produce great content, who basically are engaging with their audience, who post great pictures, who post stories, things like that. And there's plenty of you. I know there's people watching right now that may only have a couple hundred followers, but I know that you guys are active, and that's what we want to see. So basically, the perks of being a TRC Grand Ambassador is you get to be one of 10 Grand Ambassadors for the first quarter. The first quarter being January to the end of March. Now, what you're going to receive is you're going to receive a box or boxes full of product. You're going to get
a bunch of goodies.
You're going to get a little bit of everything, whether it's towels, detailing chemicals, some TRC swag, like a hat or like a shirt.
It's going to be a diverse array.
Yeah,
of stuff.
We know what we're going to be sending out for January, but we want to make that a surprise. So I'm not going to tell you everything. You're going to get some pretty freaking awesome stuff. Now, again, this is going to be 10 people per quarter, 40 people per year.
Yep.
Now, what each person is also going to get is you are going to get your own personalized coupon code for yourself that attaches to your Rag Company account, to where you receive 15% off 24/7 for those 3 months that you are a Grand Ambassador, meaning every purchase you make.
So you don't have to be a business program person. You can be a solo, just a
hobbyist. You can be
a hobbyist. You can just be a person. You can be a detailer that maybe you're not, not quite there business wise to be able to apply for the business program.
It's the one other way you can get in.
You're literally going to get a 15% off all the time on everything.
Now, what you're also going to get
for the duration of the quarter.
Yeah,
and except for cases.
So so you're also going to get an additional 10% coupon code for your followers. So let's just say you do have a following. Let's just say that couple hundred followers that you may have, or a couple thousand, whatever you may have. Let's just say that they're active and they like to buy stuff, or they follow you and they like the products that you put out there. We're going to give you another coupon code that you give to your followers. So it's going to be something that involves your username, which is going to be 10%. So they're going to get that.
And they'll be stoked because it's coming from you.
Yep.
Yeah. And so the kicker really of all this as well is that not only are we going to be sharing your content, so as a TRC Grand Ambassador, you post it, we share it type of thing. So whether it's a static post that stays on our Rag Company page forever, or whether it's a story post, you're going to be driving some of our content as well. So the things that you post, as long as they're good pictures, I'm going to be picky, that gets on our story. We tag you, and we give you full credit for it, and we say that you are a Grand Ambassador, and we will be releasing publicly these 10 people so everybody knows who got chosen basically upon choosing them. So now the best thing about all of this is we have our Grand Ambassador of the Year. This is going to be one Grand Ambassador out of 40 will be selected annually. So at the very end of 2019, we're going to be selecting the one Grand Ambassador that was the most interactive with the audience, the most had the most drive, that we saw the most, I don't know.
Best content.
The best content, the best of everything.
It's going to be a little subjective because there's going to be a lot of factors at play.
Yeah, so it's not going to be based on...
It's not just going to be a pure numbers game.
No, not at all. Not at all. And that's what we don't want it to be based off of. Again, this is not what we want it to be based off of. So,
but it's just a cool
content
bonus.
driven. So if you kill it out there and you are the best Grand Ambassador you could be,
we see that.
A huge prize. I think we've never done anything like this before in our life, and we we can't tell you exactly what it is.
We don't know what that prize is yet.
Well, I know what the prize is.
We have some ideas.
I know what the prize is. I know.
We have some ideas.
They're pretty cool.
I know what the prize is, and it was confirmed by the owner that it's happening. So let's just think big. Think like as big as you could possibly get from a towel company. And that person's get chosen. So that's it, though. That's what's going to be launching tomorrow. And applications are going to be open tomorrow. We're going to have links in our social media accounts, whether it be Instagram or Facebook. It's going to be open for a week to apply for this program. A couple easy questions: who you are, where you're from, why.
Biggest thing though, you have to have an Instagram account.
Yeah,
that's what.
If you're not on IG, it's not happening unless you want to create one between now and tomorrow, and even then, I think that's not gonna cut it.
Yeah. So anyways, but that's it. It'll be really cool. We're really excited for it. We hope a lot of people apply. I think a lot of people will apply. We're gonna kind of divvy out all of the entries. So maybe Levi gets 100 people, I get 100 people. Dane gets 100 people, and we
Morgan gets 100.
And we kind of basically bracket it to where we choose our tops from this top and then go down to 10.
Yep.
And then every quarter we'll have you reapply. As much as we like to keep those same submissions because of how we're trying to do this,
That's
and keep
just
things
too much
keep things
to
relevant. You can
filter
keep
through.
your same answers, save them in a document, and re-upload them if you want to do that. But again, this is the easiest way to do it.
During the next enrollment period.
Yeah.
Then,
So
yeah.
check back tomorrow on that. It'll be on the Instagram and the Facebook. Like it. I'm going to power through these questions so we can get out of
Yes.
here. All right, Austin. Opinions on the Rupes versus Rupes like long throw polishers worth the $100 savings, or just sack up and buy the LHR 15.
Buy the LHR 15.
Sack up, dude.
Buy it.
Just buy it. The amount of service, the amount of training, the amount of thought that went into those machines is by far the benefit of that $100. That's just, it's a better
They'll
tool.
support you
So,
after the
yep.
fact.
Breakbuster dilution rate for the IK foamer would be 3 ounces to 30 ounces of water in the 1.5. Thoughts on Chemical Guys V-Series compounded polishes? I've used them in the past. I
haven't used them.
I like just, if you're going to stick with any basic compounded polish, go with Meguiar's 105, 205. In my opinion, I'm not saying that the V-Series is bad, but I've had better results from just the Megs line. And if you want to go above and beyond, go the Last Cut or go with the Hyper Twins.
Yep.
What is the best advice you can give when going from the 8mm DA to a 15mm DA? Keep it slow. I don't know.
Now, watch for stall. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing. Keep an eye on that. But yeah, no, man, you'll be good.
Are you
Relace,
serious
you're
right
right.
now?
Yep. Sweet.
It's happening, dude. This is happening.
CRK
So-
race films. When I get a chance to wet sand compound polish, I have suspicions my clear was sprayed very thin. But I'd like to go for that orange peel-free glass paint look. How do I go forward safely?
As Jason Rose says, it's not worth it.
It's not worth
Don't
it.
do it.
Yep.
Literally, Jason Rose himself says it's not worth it. And
Yep.
he's,
Think about your life, man.
yeah.
Yep. Andy, what advice would you give someone wanting to start detailing service? Go back and watch all our detox videos. There's a ton of them there, dude. Enjoy. So,
All right.
yep.
There's
so-
actually
Scott,
some specific
Anthony.
ones for that.
All right, Anthony, being a Honda fan, do you have any recommendations for coilovers for a 2007 Honda Civic EX sedan with the Aero package and SI rims? I want to lower about an inch, but not a stance car. I would go with the Eibach. I think it's called the Pro Kit, is what it's called. It's just lowering springs. I think those
There you
are
go. one
one of the best if you want to go that way. Matt likes this. I hope Pan already is a sponsor winner. No,
Nope.
this is going to be completely open to people that we haven't worked with. So, I
Yep.
mean, meaning that this is going to be open more it's publicly to followers. I mean, and
Yep.
yeah, Pan is a follower, but he's already an established influencer.
Yep.
He's got his thing
He can
going.
apply, though. He can
Yeah.
apply. We're not saying he can't
Anybody can apply.
apply. Yeah.
so
Eric, awesome. We have comments
Uh-oh.
cutting out. What's going on?
any cause for concern when waxes, sealants, and coatings are shipping through the mail during this time of the year for a few days? Basically, will be compromised by the cold temps. No.
No.
Loan they won't. All you got to do is let them thaw if they are frozen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we had a guy calling the other day
Yeah.
about his bead maker being outside for too long, and he's totally fine.
Yep.
Scroll down a little
Tim,
bit.
scroll down. Morgan will get 1,000 plus. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, I don't know what that means. All right, is that it? Cool.
think so.
I think that's
Sweet,
it.
guys.
Man,
All right, guys.
That's
Today-
it.
Thanks for watching.
Thursday.
Thanks. Oh,
Ah,
yeah. Thanks,
dang it,
Matt. Sydney, thank you for the bread again and
Yes.
the toaster. That was very
Yes.
generous of you. We appreciate it. If any
Bring
of you
more.
would like
Bring
to send us some Christmas gifts, we would gladly love them. So, yeah.
Meaning,
there
if
we
it's
go.
food, we will eat it. Nah, Dane doesn't want us to eat it. But if you send us something, it'll probably appear on this table at one point
Yep.
or another in a podcast. So just
Yep. Our address is on the website. So,
All right.
check it out.
And in response to Matt, yes, we will go live next week. However, the week after that, it's Christmas week. Probably won't be
Yeah,
doing
we
stuff
probably won't
then.
be live.
And in response to Hans, I actually did post it on Facebook. I posted the link to this live probably like 10, 20 minutes before we started. I shared it around to a lot of the groups, so hopefully people saw it there and
Yeah.
got a chance to see it. But I was trying to kind of build up the interest before it started.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
Yeah. So I'll make sure I keep doing that.
oh,
See you, Didrik.
Boss is calling. I gotta
Yep.
go.
Thanks, man.
Time
We'll
to go.
see you.
All
Bye,
right,
guys.
guys.